Check this out.
Hello, welcome back. This is Statman Dave Live. Today we're going to be watching Portugal versus Spain in the World Cup. We've already had 3 games so far in the World Cup, but this is the biggest one so far. Spain against Portugal. It's going to be absolutely massive. Ronaldo versus Isco. We'll talk about that a little bit later on, of course. This content is sponsored by the OneFootball app, so haven't already jumped into the link in the description below and go and give it a download right now because it's a quality app and we're going to be using it throughout the stream. You can check out everything from news to stats to all types of World Cup fun. But without further ado, let's go through the teams because we are about 7 minutes away from kickoff and I'm going to give you my opinions on the starting lineup. So let's jump into the World Cup, the OneFootball app straight away, of course. Download it, link in the description below. Let's go to the matchday tab and let's get into the game straight away because Portugal, they've moved their side on, which is reasonably interesting. They've moved on their team from the team that won the European Championships. If we go back to the European Championships in 2016, the side that started there was Rui Patricio in goal, Cedric, Pepe, Font, Guerreiro sitting at, of course, left back. We had William Carvalho holding, Adrian Silva sort of pressing in midfield, Sanchez, João Mario, and then Ronaldo and Nani up front. Of course, the team has been moved on, which is pretty decent from Fernando Santos. In terms of the players that they've added in there, Guedes, who's been one of the live wires of European football this season. If you've ever watched any of Valencia, one of their best players, and whenever he's playing, Valencia look good. Whenever he's not playing, Valencia look really slow in possession. He's going to be partnering Ronaldo up front, of course, Portugal, sitting like a 4-4-2. Expect that to move between a diamond, a flat 4, similar to how Atletico Madrid play in a defensive sense, but both going forward. The likes of Bernardo Silva, we know him from, of course, Portugal and Manchester City on the right wing, and then on the other side, Bernardo Fernandes. Bernardo Fernandes currently doesn't have a club. He left Sporting Lisbon. He just left the club because there's an absolute mess over there. Expect that midfield, though, William Carvalho to hold, João Moutinho to sort of get on the ball. In terms of the back 4, it's exactly the same as the final. That's the only thing that's sort of the same in this team. Potential weakness in behind, the likes of Jose Font and Pepe. Not the quickest over sort of 5 yards, so maybe we'll see some sort of Spanish movement in behind there, and of course Rui Patricio in goal. In terms of Spain, big problems for Spain, of course. Lopetegui, as is apparently pronounced, Lopetegui, whatever you want to say. They're going to be setting up in what looks like a 4-2-3-1. Expect this to maybe be a 4-3-3. Of course, midfield 3 of Busquets, Koke, Iniesta's going to have work in terms of Iniesta's playmaking, and you've got Koke's energy. The 3 sort of forwards you expect Diego Costa to play through the middle, with Isco and Silva playing quite narrow. Isco's been the key man in qualifying, 5 goals and 5 assists. He's looked really good going forward, and he's arguably become Spain's main man. In terms of what you want to see from the defence as well, Nacho coming in for Carvalho. Carvalho's got a slight heart problem, I do believe, at the moment. Nacho coming in, Real Madrid centre-half, so there's not going to be that much width on that right-hand side, which could be an issue for, of course, Spain. Piqué, Ramos and Jordi Alba make up the back 4, and David De Gea in goal. Of course, David De Gea coming off a fantastic campaign in the Premier League. Anyway, guys, get in there. What do you think about this team so far? Let's get the party started very soon. Like the goddamn video. We're only on 23 likes. If we get to 500 likes, tomorrow's stream, which will be Nigeria versus Croatia, we're going to be drinking Nigerian Guinness if we get to 500 likes. So that is the big target that we want to hit today. Anyway, keep getting into the comments, keep chatting about it. What do you think the score's going to be? What's the sort of game and how you expect it to unfold? For me, kind of expect CR7 to really turn up. The back end of the season wasn't so good for Ronaldo. In a way, it may be sort of, moving on and seeing what Ronaldo can do next in his career. Again, going back to who he's going to be partnering with up front, Guedes is going to be very fluid with Bernardo Silva, with Fernandes. Guedes is a player that's really impressed me this season for, of course, Valencia in La Liga. In terms of output, 5 goals and 9 assists. Where he really makes a difference, though, is when he's on the ball, in terms of him taking players on and getting into that final third. A very, direct player, and will help Ronaldo in terms of scoring goals and, assisting people and so forth in the penalty area. But I'm kind of expecting this is going to be a solid game for Spain. It's going to be a fantastic game of football, so keep sharing it, keep liking it, and all that type of thing. We've got some questions coming in already. How are you, Dave? I am absolutely fantastic. This is going to be the biggest game of the World Cup so far, so I am absolutely pumped. Again, this content sponsored by OneFootball. Their link is below, and that's exactly what we're looking at right now. We're looking at the team lineups. If you've not seen it, it's a 4-4-2 from Portugal, and for Spain, what's sort of coming out as a 4-2-3-1? I kind of expect it to be the traditional Spanish 4-3-3. The big thing, though, is Diego Costa, because this season he has been absolutely rubbish in terms of his standards. Only 3 goals and 3 assists in La Liga this season, which is pretty poor for a player that's been scoring goals for fun over the last few games. Of course, he had he wasn't able to play until January, but still he had half a season, only got 3 goals and 3 assists, which isn't too good. I think Spain, in terms of what they need to do, is, progress their play and get Diego Costa with maybe crosses, maybe looking for through balls, being slightly more direct than we expect Spain to do in a way with Koke, and then maybe we'll see some through balls and some crosses and so forth. But we've seen the team lineups. What do you guys think the score's going to be? I'm going to go for let's go for a 2-1 win for Portugal. I think Portugal could hit Spain on the break. Of course, Spain, Lopetegui going out. Fernando Hierro coming in, ex-Bolton Wanderers, ex-Real Madrid, Spanish international. So this is one of the things here which is quite interesting and so forth. But we're going to sort of take this game nice and slow, so get your comments in there and so forth. Maybe Nacho is there just to help out defensively. The inside left channel, either against Guardes, Ronaldo dropping off. Could be, but I think with Spain, because they're so narrow, going back to their starting lineup, they are quite a narrow side. I think without having that sort of traditional fullback that's going to attack, that's going to get forward, could be a bit of a problem for Spain going forward. Of course, Jordi Alba will be the outlet, who started off quite poorly in La Liga, but really sort of stepped his game up. Lionel Messi finding him frequently on the wing in advanced areas. Again, tackles-wise, 67% of his tackles won, and 8 assists as well. Classic move, Lionel Messi receiving it in the middle, playing him over. So maybe what we'll see from Spain, they'll be quite left-sided like Manchester United, which wouldn't surprise me again with the team that's been lining up. Busquets, always love watching Busquets. Ramos and Piqué together at the heart of defence. Ramos coming out this week talking about the badge, talking about performing for that sort of, for Spain in a way. And it's quite interesting, given that the manager's gone, that Ramos is stepping up as a leader, following his, Champions League final, completely nullifying Mo Salah with a pretty contentious foul, but did eliminate the Egyptian winger who didn't play today for Egypt, which is quite sad because I'd love to see Egypt. They still haven't won a game at the World Cup again, losing 1-0 today. So I'd like to see him come into the tournament, but again, Ramos taking him out. Ramos, for me, maybe winning the Ballon d'Or this season. If he does well for Spain, Spain win the World Cup, maybe that's a shout. Instead of Messi, instead of Ronaldo, we saw Fabio Cannavaro win it when Italy last won the World Cup, and that was the last time a centre-half won it. And you can kind of see that again. I don't think Ronaldo has got to the heights as he got to the season before. I think you've got to give some more shouts out to the likes of Toni Kroos and Ramos in that Real Madrid team. But guys, we are closing in on kickoff. We are about a minute away. The final lineups are coming out on the screen that I'm watching. Just going to have a little bit of drinks. You missed my comment on Rozola. Yeah, it could be a good option. Real Sociedad fullback could be good getting forward, and I kind of agree. He should have started right back in a bit. Completely agree with that. Do you think Diego Costa is on the same wavelength as the other Spanish midfielders? Maybe not. There was some footage before that the BBC were rolling that was Diego Costa was kind of hanging back on the edge of the box. It was almost like Christian Benteke at Liverpool, where he wasn't making the traditional moves that you'd expect your number 9 to do. And maybe that is because he is starved of possession. He's not getting on the ball as much as he does when he plays for Atletico. All about hitting long balls to the channels for Griezmann, for Diego Costa. All about that for that Atletico team. So it's about moving that on and so forth. Make sure, of course, to check me out on my Twitter, @StatmanDave. Tweet me in there as well. The guys will be firing those comments over to me as well. So, any questions you got on Twitter that you can't get into the comments, absolutely get that in. Ramos for the Ballon d'Or, completely agree. Shout out to Videshi. It's one of those things where I think he's been one of the best players. We are moments away from kickoff. The lads are ready. It is Spain versus Portugal in the 2018 World Cup. This content sponsored by OneFootball. Link in the description below. Go and click that straight away. But we are moments away from kickoff, and we are live. Absolutely live, 0-0. Let's get that updated as well. That's one of the big things we need to do on the stream. But again, Spain playing from left to right on my screen. Portugal from right to left. Expect Spain to hold the ball deep in midfield. Expect them to use Busquets as a deep pivot. It looks at the moment like Guardes maybe sort of shadowing Busquets. One big thing Wayne Rooney failed to do in both Champions League finals at Barcelona. Played Manchester United and was deal with Sergio Busquets, and he was the linchpin to getting them forward. In terms of the game, I expect Spain to dominate and Portugal to play on the counter, which kind of is feeling the trend at the moment, that the aggressive ball-winning sides that look for set pieces and counter-attacking, they're doing quite well. You think in the likes of Russia that performed so well, think in Uruguay, and Portugal are set up in a similar way, this 4-4-2. There's some players in the shop window again, as we mentioned before, on the OneFootball app. We can go and check them out. The 2 players for Portugal in the shop window right now is, of course, the 2 main men Bruno Fernandes, signed from Udinese in the summer by Sporting Lisbon, and then left on a free transfer given all the problems at their club, and William Carvalho. Carvalho is a player that, I would have liked at Manchester United. He's a very good player in terms of he's good at defensive midfield. He's got a wand of a left foot, very good at switching the play. And I feel that's kind of like what United needed last summer. I feel they should have picked him up there because he's very good at controlling the tempo, riding the pressure. We've already seen him right now just dominating the ball here. Portugal have a chance. Bruno Fernandes, ball inside to, of course, Guedes. Looked for the reverse ball to Ronaldo. And Bernardo Silva's got it. Sergio Ramos makes the challenge and Spain clear. But that's some good football. Started all by the main man, William Carvalho. Really getting on the ball early. We look at his passes, 65 per game for Sporting Lisbon in the Portuguese league. And of course, 80 touches per game. Really getting on the ball, but expect him to dictate the play. Another wonderful clip ball to Guedes' feet. It's a good start from Portugal. High octane. How is Spain going to react here? Because I kind of expected the possession to swing the other way, and what we've seen so far, Portugal just chilling on the ball, controlling the tempo. Again, Carvalho deep in midfield, popping a little ball off to, I think that was CR7 dropping deep. Looks a little bit fitter actually. Looks like he's lost a little bit of weight for this tournament. Again, could be quite good. But we've got some long ball up to the top here. Ronaldo receiving the ball to feet. What can he do? Step over, outside, penalty! It's a penalty. Ronaldo winning a penalty there. A lovely step over. Who's dived in there? Is it Gerard Piqué? Not a penalty. Is it a penalty? It's not a penalty. It is penalty, but we may be seeing a Ronaldo dive. Stephen Howson is giving the flop signs. Ronaldo, one lollipop on the outside. Oh my God, he's absolutely conned the referee there. Classic CR7. He's mugged everyone. That challenge isn't great from Nacho. He comes across his body. It isn't great. What do you guys? Get into the comments right now. Penalty yes, penalty no. What are you guys saying straight away? Stephen Howson, give the stream a share as well. Try and get Chris to share it as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Drop him a little DM. But it's a penalty to Portugal, who started the better of the two sides. Is that a penalty though? Get him. Penalty. We've got some 2 penalty shouts in there. Iniesta out wide isn't crazy. We'll have to see how that sort of develops. I'm not going to look at the stream for a little bit of time. Oh, David De Gea giving it a bit of verbal. Standing up to Ronaldo. Where you going, bro? David De Gea, not known for his penalty saves, known for his 1v1 saves and his ability on the ball. Let's see where Ronaldo goes. I'm going to go top left. Ronaldo from our view. So Ronaldo's view, top left. That's where I'm diving if I'm David De Gea. He looks focused. He looks fresh, Ronaldo. He looks like he's had a good holiday. Ready to go for this game. Ronaldo stepping up in the classic Ronaldo way. We're going to go in now. Penalty. And it's 1-0. Others say he went the other way. He went into the bottom right. Ronaldo scoring for Portugal. Portugal 1, Spain 0. And then we've got the celebration. Absolutely eat that, Spain. Spain, of course, sacking their manager one day before the World Cup. They deserve that. Ronaldo potentially going down a bit too easy for the penalty. Nacho coming across. Ronaldo going over. Throwing the frog splash. But, of course, 1-0 to Portugal. This game is going to go off now. I think Portugal are going to sit deep and counter-attack. Great penalty, that. You ain't saving that. Absolute pace, power. Even if you go the right way, you're probably not getting on that pace. But, guys, absolutely unbelievable goal from Ronaldo there from the penalty spot. So good at those penalties. Crashing it in to the back of the net. And, of course, 1-0. We're going to have to update everything as well. Get the stream updated. Get the tick-tacky things updated. But that was a fantastic start to the game. Portugal deserve it. Very good in defensive midfield from William Carvalho, was controlling the tempo, some good forward passes, but again, the main man, Cristiano Ronaldo. Simple as that, isn't it, really? You set your team up to get the best out of Ronaldo. We've seen Zidane do it for Real Madrid for the last 3 seasons. They won 3 Champions Leagues. Now, potentially, Portugal, maybe a little bit of a dark horse. Get into the comments. Are Portugal a dark horse for the World Cup? Because they're unfavoured. There's a lot of talk about their backline. I didn't think there was a problem with their backline in the Euros. I still don't think there's a problem with the backline. When the way that they sort of play, they don't press you very high. So they give themselves a yard. They give themselves a yard. And with Spain, they're going to be playing in front of you. That's simple to sort of move them around and so forth. But keep getting the questions in, guys. Nacho, what a clown. Ruined De Gea's clean sheet. Yeah, completely agree there. Guedes, Portugal's second best player. That comes in from Mr. Harvey or Mrs. Harvey. I kind of think we're going to go with Portugal. Let's have a quick look now of the Portuguese team on the OneFootball app. In terms of who I'd go for their second best player, maybe looking at William Carvalho. I really like William Carvalho. Rafael Guerreiro was very, very good as well. But Guedes, again, I'd say he's in the mix. I think Carvalho is probably number 2 for me in terms of his ability to dictate and really boss that defensive midfield area. Ronaldo going again down, holding his face. Let's see even if this was a foul. Lovely first touch, brings the ball under. And yeah, that is another little bit of a flop. Busquets putting a bit of a challenge in there. It is a foul, but Ronaldo being flamboyant as ever. But yeah, Guedes could be their second best player in terms of this tournament. Expect Bernardo Silva to step up as well. He's playing in the same role as he played for Monaco. very tactically disciplined. And that's something Guardiola hasn't really excelled with someone like Bernardo Silva, is that ability to transition and react and drop back into a back four and really do the hard yards. That's what he did for Monaco. But again, Guardiola looking to dominate possession. Carvalho again was an offside here for the Portuguese. Spain with a free kick. We have 6 minutes in. Spain losing 1-0 at the moment. Again, I've got a Spanish shirt on, but I'm definitely supporting the Portuguese right now. In terms of bets, right now, let's go for a maybe a Ronaldo next goal. Ronaldo brace, 2-1 win to Portugal. Spain have got it all to do. Andres Iniesta dropping deep into midfield. David Silva popping it off. Oh no, it's Isco dropping deep. They look so similar when they receive the ball. Two very technically gifted players. Again, if Man City were looking to replace David Silva, Isco would be the perfect guy. Good ball out there. Switch of play from Sergio Ramos. Natural on the overlap. That is the problem. They don't have a natural player to overlap on that right-hand side from fullback. And again, that could be really where the problem lies for them. Odriozola, again, could be playing Real Sociedad fullback. Sort of, there's a lot of talk about him being good. Again, go back to the last World Cup, Spain and Portugal didn't get out of the group, so they've got to push a bit harder. Again, that crazy result, the first game of their sort of campaign, losing 5-0 to Louis van Gaal's Netherlands. What a mad time we lived in those days. But keep getting into the comments. Keep chatting away, guys. We'll get to your comments very, very shortly. Again, keep sharing the stream, liking the video, all the types of the good stuff right now. Hello, Statman Dave. Emil is back. Shout out to Emil, good lad. We'll talk about Iran. Iran, they're obviously victorious today. Lovely stuff from them. But again, more stuff, more streams. We're going to be live tomorrow. We're going to be live on Sunday. There's going to be streams going everywhere. Then, of course, down for the True Geordie show, the kickoff on Monday for the England game. So make sure you go and check out that as well. We've got some things flying around. So we've got Ronaldo as the only player to score, or one of only 4 players, to score at 4 World Cups. Again, putting his legendary status very, very forward. Again, Messi, Ronaldo, we are blessed to have these 2 wonderful players playing. In terms of the last few seasons, I'd say Ronaldo has been better than Lionel Messi. We've got to be honest with ourselves. The 3 European Cups. Again, Ronaldo scoring a lot of those goals to lift the trophy for Los Galacticos. But again, I'd say Ronaldo right now, he's above Messi. Messi's got a big World Cup. Sampaoli's Argentina. Going to be a really, really interesting side. Again, we can check that out on the OneFootball app. We can check out all the guys that are in the tournament today. Stuff that we mentioned yesterday, we talked about the group. I expect Croatia maybe to be the dark horses, one of the dark horses of this tournament. And but in terms of Argentina, how they set up, the big battle is Messi versus Ronaldo. If one of those guys can win the World Cup, for me, that puts them ahead of the other one. And that's the big thing. The World Cup's the thing that neither of the players have won. They both are going to have to carry their sides. They're both going to have to hope that the rest of the team works out. I think with Portugal, they're tactically set up a lot better at the moment than what I've seen from Sampaoli's Argentina, that are nowhere near where you want to see the sort of, you're thinking about Chile that won the Copa America. They were very combative, very, very aggressive, pressing really, really high. Again, just back to the game, Spain dominating the ball deep in midfield. Portugal sitting in their sort of 4-4-2 deep block, looking quite good, leaving Ronaldo and Guardas up front, dangerous counter-attack. Spain, though, Isco on the left wing, looks for the cross, Diego Costa. Chance, big chance for David Silva there. A cross, very, very direct that was from Spain. Isco getting his head up, ball into the box. Costa trying to control, rebound, Silva chance, blazes it over the bar. But I like that little bit from Isco, coming in onto that left foot. Costa with a touchback. Maybe that was an intentional flick. Well played from the Brazilian Spanish by trade lad, Diego Costa. Silva getting a bit over, needs to get his knee over the ball there, crashes the ball over. And so forth. But David Silva, one of the key players for, of course, Spain in this tournament. In terms of back to the Argentina chat, the defence is the big issue. Fazio doesn't sit me with any confidence. Marcos Rojo, no confidence. And Otamendi, think Spain beat them 6-1. Incredible game, but at the same time, they were very, very poor. I'd quite like to see Mercado come in. I was quite impressed with him. He played for Sevilla. More of I just trust him a bit more than what we've seen from Spain into midfield. Probably expect Mascherano to be holding, either with, Yves Benega's got an injury at the moment. There's been some injuries in there. Salvio will be playing right back for them. It's going to be a very, very attacking team. And then, of course, the forward line, Gonzalo Higuain, Lionel Messi, Aguero, Dybala. How do you fit those 4 strikers in? You just can't. I'd probably go with Messi, Higuain at the moment. Higuain, again, the big bottler who missed 2 big chances against Germany in the last World Cup. But anyway, get into the comments, guys. All your questions and so forth. Get into everything that's going down there. What's going down? Are you doing a live stream for the France game tomorrow? Unfortunately not. We're doing a live stream for the Croatia Nigeria game. For the France team, it's a little bit too early. I'll be a little bit knackering to doing that right there. David, what about David De Gea's contract negotiations and the rumours? I think for David De Gea, if you were to sign for United, I think United need to sort of, go out there and make him one of their best players, best paid players, should I say. 350 grand a week, just give it to him. No, he is the best goalkeeper in world football. You've got to keep your best players. There are rumours that Lopetegui wants to bring him to Real Madrid. Again, Real Madrid, Keylor Navas is a decent keeper, but De Gea would upgrade that side. There's links with Alisson as well to Real Madrid. That was in the last few days. €55 million, agreed. So it'd probably be on the move, Alisson, maybe to Real Madrid. I hope that goes ahead. De Gea stays at United, signs a new deal. But we are 11 minutes in. 11 minutes and 20 seconds, 21. 22 if you want to catch up with my stream, if you want to align my stream with your stream so we can react together with all the stuff. And it's been good so far from Portugal. They're winning a lot of ball in the middle thirds of the pitch. I'm impressed with how they've been sort of, having that block. Spain trying to play through them and it going quite well at the moment. Stephen Alson doing some funny faces off camera, not liking that. At the moment, but Ronaldo dropping to the left wing, dropping quite deep. That's kind of what you're going to get from this side. Almost two false nines together that are sitting almost off the line. Guardas will come off, Ronaldo will come off. Quite difficult for Spain to defend against. Let's maybe have a little look at the stats. Again, this stream is powered by StatZone, the place where you can get all your good stats in the world. And again, we can jump onto StatZone right this second. If you missed the goal as well, we may be able to jump into that straight away. Won't be able to check that out yet. But let's look at the stats so far in the game. 13 minutes gone in the game. Of course, Ronaldo having a shot from the penalty spot. Smashing it into the back of the net. A top goal here. Spain with a short corner. Silva playing inside. Dodgy touch there from Andres Iniesta, and Portugal defend. That's what we're going to expect for this game to go. Spain attack, Portugal clear. Spain attack, Portugal clear. In terms of the passes, that's what we're looking at the moment. They're dominating. William Carvalho, though, 7 out of 7 so far, keeping it very simple in possession. Looking for the balls forward, though, as well. And you're looking at those sort of passes in the central area, very, very good. But what you don't want from Spain is you want this guy completing the most passes. Again, Sergio Ramos completed more passes than any other Spanish player, 22 out of 25 passes completed so far. What you kind of want there is you want your ball-playing central midfielders on the ball, not your centre-halves. Again, that's when you become a bit turgid in possession, and you're going to get broken on by Portugal, who are a little bit chilled in possession. I quite like this from the Portuguese. I think this is what you're going to get when you're playing the likes of Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, a little bit more ball-playing ability, and João Moutinho in midfield. A little bit more chilled, which, again, you'll have these spells where Portugal can hold poor ball out the back then. However, that was absolutely atrocious. Moving to what other things we want to see. No chances created so far. Come on, lads, sort it out. Single cross from Isco. And that's kind of the stats of the game so far. But we have a great game in store for us right now. Don't know what's happened. My stream has died, so we're just going to have to wax lyrical here. If someone could sort that out for me, that would be absolutely fantastic. But currently, 1-0. Portugal beating Spain. I'm back. I'm back. We're live. We're back. Virgin Media, you're going to get a call tomorrow because I am pretty unhappy with your service once again. But anyway, guys, Spain have equalised. It's 1-1 now. Portugal 1, Spain 1. We're going to try and get into the usual programming, but we had a bit of an issue at the Studio 68. Virgin Media, you guys are done. You're finished. A little bit upset with you guys today. Letting the team down. We put so much effort into these streams and you just, oh, Virgin Media, we got new internet. Anyway, guys, move to some stats. Just got to cheer myself up, haven't I? One way I've got to cheer myself up. Stephen, can we see, can you see my screen moving around, Stephen, or is that not working right now? We can't look at any stats yet. Jesus Christ. Is anything going to work at the moment? Portugal on the counter-attack, right-hand side. Bernardo Silva with a quick throw over the top. The referee's calling it back there. Ronaldo was in behind there. We're going to have to wait until the stats come back to the game. Maybe we've got some more internet problems, courtesy of Virgin Media. Thanks, Virgin Media. You guys absolutely rock. But yeah, we'll just keep watching lyrical about the game. Again, Spain coming back, Diego Costa with the goal to equalise for Spain. And they're looking a little bit more direct, and we've seen some crosses come in from the likes of Isco, the likes of Koke, looking to be quite direct and then get around Diego Costa, which is nice. What I want to see about Spain is they want to be more direct in that final third. Less tiki-taka, more long balls. That's what I want to see from Spain. At Portugal, they were in the ascendance in the first 10 minutes of the game, and now Spain have sort of come back into it. It's been a good sort of comeback from Spain, the likes of Silva getting onto the ball and so forth. Even though we've not got the stats to visualise, we can look at the stats right now on my mobile phone. Actually, I'm going to have to reload that bad boy. And we'll sort it out. We'll see who's completed the most passes. I think the two Spanish central midfielders are getting into the game a bit more, the likes of Sergio Busquets and so forth. But keep liking the video and subscribing if you're new to me, Statman Dave. Keep hitting that like button because Virgin Media are rubbish. Like it if you think Virgin Media are rubbish. Some good defending there from Portugal, but Spain recycling the ball in that final third. Again, it's going through midfield. PK so high. So high. Oh, is it time for the stats? It is time for the stats. Can we get the stats on? We can. So the two goals that have gone in so far, of course, first up, the Cristiano Ronaldo penno. Some good movement for Ronaldo, receiving the ball, little step over, Nacho bringing him down, Ronaldo from the spot. Again, simple finish from Ronaldo from the 12 yards out into the bottom corner. Diego Costa, assist from Sergio Busquets, beautiful. Again, we'll play that goal through, so Busquets deep in midfield. Ball over the top, a take on, and then a wonderful finish from Diego Costa. But that is the story of the game so far for, again, Spain. With Spain again out wide, looking to get the ball as well. Just wide from Andres Iniesta, sweeping the ball past just of the right-hand post. But some good play from Spain, who have really started to get a kick of the game. Portugal, looking not as good as they have been in recent years in terms of the European Championships. They're a lot more solid with the two sort of work-like midfielders. There's a lot of chances they're creating now. The flick there from, I think it was Koke, just wide. If he got a little bit more on that would have sneaked in to the bottom right corner. But again, Spain really dominating from around 20 minutes in. If you want to look at the the stats of the game in terms of our passes completed and so forth, let's give that a little bit of a refresh. Sergio Ramos still completing a lot of passes, but Isco really coming into the game. Only Ramos completed more, 43 out of 45. That's what we expect from Isco. So safe on the ball, but always working people around, working those angles, working those opportunities and so forth. Jordi Alba getting forward nice as well with a nice little cutback. And again, that's quite interesting. Jordi Alba completed more passes in the final third than any other player on the pitch. 12 out of 12 so far. So we're really seeing that Nacho being a lot more reserved than, of course, Jordi Alba. Nacho more of a centre-half. You can see by his pass map, you look very different to Jordi Alba, who's frequently involved by Andres Iniesta. Spain, edge of the area. Isco on the ball there. Good challenge from Portugal, who potentially have the ability to counter-attack. Carvalho winning it back, and it will be a long clearance upfield, I do imagine, from Cedric, looking to hit Ronaldo over the top there. Spain will recycle the ball. Been a bit of a decent game so far, though. Again, the World Cup sort of was a bit flat this afternoon. We saw some pretty poor games. The Uruguay game was a bit rubbish if you didn't miss it. Uruguay started really well, but kind of fell out that game. Godin was very dominant in the first half, Jimenez in the second half. And if we're talking about centre-backs in a game of football, we know it hasn't been a classic. Cavani came close a few times. Luis Suarez was absolutely rubbish as well for the game. Maybe we'll have a quick look at that game in particular, because that was the one that was the first of the day. Egypt looking to get their first ever win in the World Cup. And again, the key guys were the two centre-halves for Portugal. In the first half, it was Jose Jimenez. First half was Godin in terms of what he was doing and making the key tackles, bringing the ball out the back quite well as well. The chance he created inside the penalty area was the one that Suarez missed. Suarez missing two big opportunities by the Opta standards, but also missed a 1v1 as well, having an absolute stinker at the World Cup. Luis Suarez, you're past it, lad. Unlucky. But Diego Godin again. What I liked about Godin, I've not really seen this as much frequently in his career, but bringing the ball out and getting the attack started. I remember when Atletico won the La Liga, it was quite like a frequent move that Godin would appear out the back, would push into midfield, and he did that a lot today, which I was really happy about. And again, creating that big chance for Luis Suarez. But again, 4 out of 4 of his tackles was absolute quality. But man of the match for me was Jose Jimenez. Again, scoring the goal, rising, getting his head up, scoring a fantastic header into the back of net. Again, we can get a little bit of a goal replay of that if we flip to our goal screen on, of course, StatZone, who are powering this stream right now. But again, it was a ball whipped into the box by Carlos Sanchez, ex Aston Villa, aerial duel one. Big header into the penalty area, but a fantastic header. What I liked about Jimenez as well in the second half, kept everything very simple, but a good win for Uruguay, who lacked a bit in terms of build-up. I think playing a centre-half at left full-back was a bit of an issue for them. Again, like Spain, they've got this tactical issue where they've only got one wing-back player, and again, it was Varela for Uruguay, and Varela is absolutely toilet. So it was a bit of a problem. They were quite narrow. The playmakers were coming inside. The two wide players were coming inside to try and get on the ball, but there was no one providing the width. Cavani was better than Suarez, and want to see a bit more from Uruguay. Of course, though, a big win. If we want to check out, move the guy onto the OneFootball app, we can actually see the group. Of course, anything you want to check out on the OneFootball app, it's a brilliant app. The link is in the description below for the app, so make sure you go and download that straight away. But if we jump on to the OneFootball app, we can see the group. So far, we've had Group A, we've had 2 fixtures there, and again, we've had 2 fixtures currently, again, in Group B, but again, looking at the group, Russia topped the group with 5 goals. Who would have said that at the start of the tournament? Definitely not me. I expected them to qualify, but not do as well as they did against Saudi Arabia. And of course, Uruguay with that 1-0 win. There's going to be some work done. In terms of the fixtures, who have they got next? Those 2 sides. Let's jump to match day 2 and see where Group A could potentially be already over. So we're seeing Russia versus Egypt. That's a big game. If Russia do win that, they are going through. And of course, Uruguay, Saudi Arabia. So that's 2 wins for those 2 teams that are positioned as home, Russia and Uruguay. That group is absolutely done. But that's enough for that game. It wasn't the greatest football game I've ever watched, going to be honest with you. But it was the World Cup. You've got to watch the bad games to get the good games. We saw a cracking game yesterday on Statman Dave Live. Russia 5, Saudi Arabia 0. Glovin absolutely rolling, being an absolute G. I'm going to get to your comments, guys. I'm going to jump in here, guys. Lol, Virgin. Lol. What game for Virgin to go? I know. Luke, Virgin Media, tweet them. What are you doing? Statman Dave is absolutely livid. Harry Whittaker saying Isco is mint. His close control is unbelievable. Yeah, that's obviously probably his biggest strength as a footballer, his ability to hold the ball in and around the penalty area. Keep liking the stream, guys. Keep sharing it on social media. Keep getting it out there, guys, because more people in there, more people getting involved. Smithy talks. Is Carlos Sanchez a different Sanchez that played for Villa? It is, isn't it? It's a different one. Absolutely choked there. Different guy. I apologise there, guys. Messed it up. That Spain top is looking nice AF. Yeah, it's very comfortable, actually. It's a bit baggy for me. It was bought for Stephen Howson, but it didn't quite work out for Stephen Howson. So I've got it on today. I'm not actually supporting Spain. I'm supporting Portugal today. I do like how Portugal play. I do like the counter-attacking sides, but Spain, they're playing pretty well. Of course, looking good in central midfield. Busquets, the consistent pivot. Just so good to watch Busquets. If you watch him off the ball, he's unbelievable. That's where the angle you don't get from TV all the time is what Busquets does when he doesn't have the football. Constantly scanning left and right, constantly looking for that little pocket of space. Portugal looking to get one of their centre forwards onto him, but he's always in a yard of space. Again, receiving it in between their sort of attack and their midfield. That's what Busquets will always do for you, which means that your central midfielders can play on a high line. And the classic thing in the modern day is centre mids to receive it in between the lines. That's what we see from the likes of Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. Napoli, Sarri's Napoli will now be maybe Chelsea. We'll see it from there. Some good ball there forward from centre-half Diego Costa, getting a crunching challenge for Jose Font, snapping at his ankle. Costa going down like he's been absolutely assassinated. I think that was a Sergio Busquets ball forward. That's what you get from him. He finds those passes into the feet of the centre-forward. Then they can get the centre-mids in between the lines and looking kind of good, looking kind of tasty. So we've got some questions from Emil. What do you think the nicest looking kit is in the World Cup so far? It's got to be Nigeria, I think. We could see it right over here. Look at that, it's beautiful. I'd say Cameroon if they got there. The Cameroon kit is absolutely sick. At the moment, it's got a big lion on the front. And we've also got Brazil, the likes of Croatia. Germany looks good. Belgium looks quite tasty as well. All like some top stuff. That's the away German one as well. Also looks pretty decent. What do you guys think? Get into the comments. What's your favourite shirt of the World Cup so far? Question coming in from Stuart Duff. Dave, what do you think about the pitch? It still has under 5 games. It seems to be a little bit marked up already. I'll have a little look at the pitch. Yeah, you can see it turning already. That looks heavy. I think the problem with Russian pitches is because they've got to play in the winter, well, they used to have to play through the really deepest, darkest, coldest winters. They usually have like a grass hybrid, which can get cut up quite a bit. You can see it being really heavy, actually. Having a closer look, Isco there cutting in from the right-hand side. Been everywhere so far in the game, looking to get a shot away. But again, Spain winning it in the Portugal half is a bit of an issue here. First sort of 10 minutes of the game, William Carvalho was getting on the ball, slowing it down when they're in possession, but it looks like a bit of a risk at the moment. Rafael Guerreiro there looking to flick it out on another corner for Spain. Set pieces have been big so far, haven't they? Been a few goals from set pieces in the World Cup so far. Thinking, the Uruguay goal came from that sort of situation. You're thinking the Russia goal from yesterday came from a second phase. Looking like set pieces are the thing. For England, if they want to win the World Cup, got to work on those set pieces. Isco, ball into the box here. Keeper comes out, Rui Patricio, looking for a club with a throw out here. Ronaldo on the counter-attack here. Big danger for Spain here. Ronaldo driving forward. On his left-hand side, Rafael Guerreiro looking like he's going to get into the penalty area. Facing up Nacho, the fullback, looks to come inside. Ronaldo, is it Ronaldo coming short? No, I think it's Bruno Fernandes looks inside, William Carvalho. And Spain have got back quite nicely. Their shape looks quite good right now. The central players, a lot of central players here. Bernardo Silva coming inside, looking to cut back on himself, looking to get Cedric forward. Cedric into a wide area. There is a massive overload in the area. Ronaldo gets up. Piqué wins the aerial duel there. Brilliant defending from Gerard Piqué. Player that's absolutely shone for both Spain and Barcelona over the last 5 years. What a defender he is. Him and Sergio Ramos, what a dream pairing. Are there any better? Get into the comments. Is there any better pairing at the World Cup this summer? Here we have Portugal, edge of the area. Ronaldo, low shot, it's a goal. It's an absolute stinker from David De Gea. Dave, what were you thinking? Ronaldo snapshot. I called at the start of the stream that this game will be 2-1 to Portugal. So if you were betting with Dave, you're absolutely in the money, because we've had so far betting with Dave, we've had over 2.5 goals in the Russia game. This morning we had under 2.5 goals in the Uruguay game, and now we had a 2-1 win for Portugal, which is you're on right now. Cash out. But that was an interesting goal there. Long ball out the back from Portugal, chested down. Ronaldo just receiving the ball. A low shot. Oh, De Gea's had an absolute stinker there. That is absolutely shocking. Straight at him. He's just got his feet. He's got his feet all wrong. He's even put his body behind it. It's come off his foot. It does bounce before, but that is poor goalkeeping from David De Gea, who's had a very, very good summer. That is absolutely rubbish. Question coming in from Jason Hamburger. Interesting how the Costa goal came for a long pass from Albert. Perhaps Spain mixing up more. An extra mention. Yeah, I like that from Albert. We've also seen Busquets look for that ball as well. You're thinking there's teams that do play possession football like Hoffenheim that do hit target men. Sandro Wagner was before. Then, the likes of other players have come in to play that role for Nagelsmann's Hoffenheim, but they play to feet. There's passes out the back, and I do like that. Some good football from both Spain. Absolutely fantastic. Cameron Watter saying, had to sort out the diabetes, Davo. Yeah, good work, Cameron. Keep sorting those diabetes out, Pray for Cameron. Hopefully he's going to be okay. He's a top lad. We've got some more thing. David De Gea channeling his inner 2011 self. That comes in from D.M. Absolutely stinker. David De Gea trying to dissuade Real Madrid from buying him. That comes in from James Mole. Yeah, that would be fantastic. Maybe it was. Maybe Agent P's had a word. Dave, look, absolutely bottling the first game, and you're never going to go to Real Madrid. That'll be good for Manchester United. But a massive David De Gea howler. Portugal 2, Spain 1 in the World Cup 2018. This content, of course, sponsored by OneFootball. If you haven't already, jump into the link in the description below and go and give their app a little download. I need to have a look at my computer. Maybe some shit is going off. Are we in general? We're absolutely in general. Ordering food, is that the game? Ordering some food, some pizza. Shall I get some pizza? Nah, I think I'll eat after the stream, guys. So you guys get some pizza and I'll sort myself out after the stream. But that's half time. 2-1, Portugal 2, Spain 1. Completely messed up there. But DJ, are we ready to spin the record in terms of we're looking at how Dalot will fit into Manchester United's team this season? Left back, right back, what's his strengths? Let's hit that record right now. Stephen Elson. €22 million man is going to be a big fixture in the United first team this season. For me, I think he is going to start the season maybe as, either filling in at left back, filling in right back. But at the end of the season, he's going to be the number one guy. And quite frankly, it's going to be good for United. Manchester United next season are going to play a number of different systems and shapes, and we're going to go through each one of those and how Dalot can fit into each of those systems. First up, the 4-3-3. Again, United looking to go for that three-man midfield to get the best out of new signing Fred, Paul Pogba and Nemanja Matic. What I think Dalot could do as a right fullback, as we mentioned before, is provide that width in the final third. He isn't afraid to move ahead of the winger ahead of him, and that's a big thing for United. Frequently we've seen this season, United get nice and high, the fullbacks hit the final third and they stop. Dalot isn't going to do that. Dalot is a guy that likes to hit the byline, that likes to beat his opposite number and then get crossed into the box. Whether they're on the floor, cutbacks, whip balls to the back post, he's got all those sorts of moves. So Dalot as a fullback for Manchester United is going to give them a lot. Considering they've got Romelu Lukaku in the penalty area as well, that arguably doesn't get the service he needs, having someone like Dalot as a right fullback on his natural side is going to provide great width in that final third. Could forge a great combination with Gareth Bale if signed from Real Madrid. Moving to left back, if he's played left back for Man United in a 4-3-3, could be quite interesting as well. Considering that inverted movement that we spoke before, very comfortable at moving into that central area if the opportunity opens up for himself. And again, that's why I think he can become such a complete player, because he's capable of going inside but also outside. Yes, he's quite right-footed. He does usually look to get the ball under control on his right foot before moving it, but still he will go on the outside of you when the ball's on the right foot. But going back to his strengths as an inverted player, that will allow someone like Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford, who like to stay wide on that wing, to create a 1v1. We've seen Pep Guardiola do it in Manchester City, inverted fullback coming inside, winger staying nice and wide, creating that 1v1 situation. Again, good for United. Alternatively, if Alexis Sanchez is played as a left winger, be slightly different. Sanchez does like coming inside, does like coming into the inside left channel. We saw some great balls to Paul Pogba in the Manchester derby to get that 3-2 win. But again, the other movement, Dalot receiving it, giving it to someone like Alexis Sanchez, and then bombing on that overlap and getting nice and high. Dalot's quite comfortable when it comes to crossing with his left foot, which is another asset of the young Portuguese star. I can't tell you how excited I am to see him play for Manchester United. Alternatively, if United play a 4-4-2 diamond, yes, the fullbacks are so vitally important in this system. Dalot is going to be vital, either providing the width on the right-hand side with natural movement, or alternatively, if he is played on this left-hand side and he does slightly come into that stronger right foot, what potentially you could see is Paul Pogba drifting up to the left wing a little bit more, acting a bit like a hybrid of a fullback. With saying Alexis Sanchez is going to start centrally as a striker, then pull wide, could combine with Paul Pogba. Pogba could be the overlap guy, and again, Dalot would sit nice and deep and look to maybe get on the ball and combine with someone like Fred. We spoke yesterday about how Fred was so good on the ball. That could be a really good pairing in central midfield. Of course, both guys speaking Portuguese. Of course, moving further on, the 3-5-2 again is an option. Mourinho's had United play a 3-5-2 just against teams that play free at the back. For me, that's tactically going to go out the Premier League next season, with Chelsea, looking to get a new manager and so forth. But a 3-5-2, of course, Dalot playing either as a right wing back or a left wing back. He's got the skills to do that. We spoke about his defensive awareness, his movement, and of course his ability to create things in that final third. Perfect for a wing back. Well, we're back. That was how Dalot's going to fit into Manchester United. Right back, left back, or even as a wing-back in a 3-5-2. But let's have a look at the stats of the game in the first half. Again, this stream is powered by StatZone, sponsored by OneFootball. Go and download the OneFootball app. The link is in the description below. But let's just get it on right now. Let's talk about the first half of the game. Again, if you've not checked it out, Spain are losing 2-1 to Portugal. We'll grab the small stats up right now. So the story of the game so far. Actually, we'll move on to the goal animations. So we had a Ronaldo goal from the penalty spot after some good work from Cristiano. Real good work around the box. Nacho taking him out. A little bit of a dive from Ronaldo. And of course, finishing off that penalty. Diego Costa returning from Spain. Some good work again from Costa. Fantastic sort of centre-forward play. Brilliant from him. That's kind of what you want. You want to be a little bit more direct with Diego Costa. Then Cristiano Ronaldo smashing the ball, and again, an assist from Guedes. We spoke about Guedes before the game, how he's going to be a real danger man in this game, and it could be one of those things where he could be the key thing for, again, the mighty Portugal. switch it back to the big screen. In terms of stats, again, Ronaldo having 3 shots so far, 2 goals, 1 from the penalty spot, 1 with a big David De Gea stinker. Little bit of an issue. Maybe he's looking to not get that move to Real Madrid and just pretending that he's not a very good goalkeeper. But Costa being very physical today, I like that. Costa, for me, whenever I watch Spain, doesn't quite fit in, but it looks like they're going a little bit more direct to him. He's doing a lot of good yards, which is absolutely fantastic. In terms of the guys on the ball, again, Sergio Ramos completed more passes than any other player on the pitch. Want to see some more switches of play? You can see him switching the play to that right-hand side. Again, Nacho not really pushing on, so maybe there's not a real option out there, but Spain need to be a bit more spread when they're playing other sides, especially teams that are going to sit deep against them. That could be key for Spain to go on to win another World Cup. In terms of chances created, David Silva, that's the wrong one. David Silva, creating 1 from a corner, 1 from a little pass inside, creating more chance than any other player on the pitch so far, and is absolutely rocking. That Ronaldo goal again, just getting a replay of that, it's just stinky from David De Gea. Sort of a long ball pumped up to Guardes. Guardes bringing the ball down. Some pretty poor defending from Ramos actually there. Really out of position. Ronaldo with a snapshot, goal time. Really interesting, of course, you're seeing teammates play together. Ronaldo, Ramos couldn't get near him there. Piqué was nowhere to be seen, dropping off a little bit. But Guardes finding a lovely bit of space and a long ball up to his feet, and that was some good stuff. We can actually visualise that assist right now. Some fantastic hold-up play for Guardes, just simply moving the ball over to Ronaldo. That's all you need to do. If Ronaldo's in your team, you're just setting him up to as many shots as possible. That's simple as that, guys. Get into the comments. What do you think the second half's going to go? Going to happen in the second half. What do you think about the World Cup so far? Did David De Gea make a mistake, so he's not going to get a move to Real Madrid? But I've been very impressed by Portugal in terms of their defensive senses and how they've been counter-attacking. And I sort of called it before the game. If you weren't checking the stream out then, I did say Ronaldo's going to score a brace and it's going to be a 2-1 win for Portugal. So you can kind of cash out now. We're having another replay of the Isco shot. Isco having a pretty good game so far, getting on the ball, receiving it to his feet, looking to pull wide, cutting back on himself, some lovely footwork. And again, is that a good game so far, Isco? Been pretty decent. Keep going to the comments. Ash is saying, thoughts on Morocco, Dave? Felt they were massively disappointed. Do you think it was due to them changing from a 3 during the qualifiers to a 4 today? Yes, that's probably one of the big issues with Morocco today. Again, you're looking at the likes of Ziyech to get on the ball a bit more and look to dominate. Kind of a hot and cold player. We've seen him play very well for both Ajax and Morocco, but it wasn't kind of good enough so far. Brendan Allen, do you think United could line up in a similar 4-4-2 to Portugal and Atletico with Fred and Matic in the middle, Pogba out wide left? Yes, I'd love to see that. I'm a big fan of the 4-4-2. I think United would suit a 4-4-2, given that they've got players that can play centrally, the likes of Sanchez, Lukaku, Rashford, Martial, all strikers. And if if Pogba was pushed out to that left wing, could be quite tasty. More questions about the World Cup, keep them coming in. James MUFC, thoughts on Benteke before? Benteke, I thought it was decent. I was called a stat shagger today on Twitter, and unfortunately straight away that fella got blocked into oblivion because I don't take those things personally. I do not sleep with stats. Absolute jokers. But anyway, Benteke, I thought he was good in midfield. I thought when he was on the ball, he was very assured on the ball, and in terms of his positioning, intercepting in the right situation. If we have a look at his stats in the game. Again, we'll look at his dashboard. He was sort of busy in and around the deep areas, sort of playing as a holding midfielder in the Uruguayan 4-4-2. Was looking to sort of sweep up and control the tempo. You see a 93 pass accuracy. Going to spit that out there. 81 of his 87 passes completed. But what I liked as well is him looking to play forward. Again, when the option was available, he was playing forward and looking to combine with his teammates. Again, looking at 32 out of his 38 passes forward were completed. A lot of those ones that were completed were usually playing somebody through or getting someone in between the lines. It was absolutely... I really like Benteke. When I've watched him before for Juve, not as impressed as I watched him today. Again, for Juve, the Juve midfielders usually goes through Pjanic. Benteke's a similar sort of guy that wants to get on the ball, wants to play it around. But not only that, today his defensive work was very good. Very decent. Again, the 9 ball recoveries, all in that central area in midfield. He won 2 out of 3 of his tackles, again, in those deep areas, looking to cover the flanks, which I do like. Again, that was something that Glovin did very well for Russia on the opening day. But 6 interceptions, more than any other player on the pitch. So yeah, the question coming in from James MUFC, thoughts of Benteke earlier. I thought he was very good, and I agree with you. He was quality, and I am not a stat shagger. Whoever tweeted me that, I can't remember who it was. They got blocked instantly. It was someone that supported West Ham. Those guys. Unbelievable, Jeff. But anyway, back to the main widescreen for Dave. Get your questions in. Keep getting your questions in. Oh, we've got some questions coming in, actually. We're going to go back to general. Social media, is that what we're chatting in? Social media or general? In my Dave. Oh, okay, there we go. So we've answered the question that you first, could United line up in a 4-4-2? Yes, with Pogba on the right. Yes, that'd be quite tasty. Someone like Saul on the right. That would be really good. Sorry, Brandon, I didn't answer the rest of your question. Yeah, someone like Saul, someone like Glovin for Russia could be quite good. That's completely mispronouncing that. How do I pronounce it correctly? Golovin. Golovin. Sorry, guys. Golovin. Golovin, is that right? Golovin. Golovin. McLovin. Golovin was fantastic yesterday. Again, created more chances than any other player on the pitch. The most crosses, the most chances created, 2 assists. What a performance. And that fantastic free kick. Did Costa ever play for Brazil? Let's have a look at Wikipedia. How many games did he play? He played 2 times for Brazil, which is interesting how you can move from one team to another. You know, another great centre forward, Di Stefano, played of course for Spain and Argentina. But get back to the comments, guys. If there's any good comments coming in, guys. James MUFC replying to that, shows how he's a proper midfielder, as a proper holding player, Matic-esque. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It's sort of sitting deep, looking to intercept, looking to get the ball moving forward, and so forth. Point coming in here, tiki-taka is not a successful system for knockouts anymore. People find it too easy to counter-attack. Jose has ruined tiki-taka. Yep, Jose's ruined tiki-taka. Go on, Jose, lads. Robbie F, coming into the questions right now. With Kyle Walker playing on the right as a 3, could England, say that again, as playing as a 3 with England, could the opposition target his defensive weakness? Yes, I agree, Robbie. Been making a point about that, is I would target that. I target the outside centre-halves, both Kyle Walker on the right-hand side, physically. I target him with long balls into that channel, so England the team playing England looking to hit balls into their left channel. Again, there's a lot of quality inside left players in world football. We're seeing 2 today, Ronaldo and Guardes up front. They're both like operating in that zone. But also on the right-hand side, when you're playing against England, Harry Maguire's played left centre-half, and that is going to be an issue for England, a massive issue. Again, let's check out the OneFootball app, and I can sort of dive into... Actually, we'll quickly go main before I sign into my phone, and then, of course, we'll jump onto the OneFootball app, and we'll talk about the issues that England may have against teams counter-attacking against them. Because that could be a big, big problem. A big problem for England. Again, let's go on to the OneFootball app. The link is in the description below. Steve, have we got a bit of an issue there? We've got a bit of an issue. It's not Steve, it's me. Sorry, Steve. I won't do it again. I lost a little bit of connection there, buddy. If you could just see whether we're back and we're rolling, we'll jump onto that. But in terms of, you target Harry Maguire out wide. Basically, you want pace on your right wing. So you want to be pulling Harry Maguire into that wide area and then taking him on. Harry Maguire is a good defender. I like him when he's in a central area. But wide, it reminds me of a lad called Nick English I used to play football with at Squawker. He was a big, big lad. Big thighs, very powerful, unbelievable on the ball in terms of five-a-side. But you pull him to the wide area, knock the ball past him, see you later, Nick. Put yourself into the bin. Harry Maguire's the same as that. Whereas if you draw him into those wide areas, pull him wide, could be a real issue. You're thinking natural right wingers are quite rare, though. Obviously, of course, in European football. So maybe someone, if Portugal are playing, the likes of Gelson Martinez, could be a good avenue for that. Could be a good avenue for Portugal if they do face England. I don't know when they do that in the group. Maybe if I jump up my thing. We are back. Get in, the lads. But yeah, England's team, of course, you can check it on the OneFootball app. All the teams, so what I've mentioned before, Kyle Walker, right centre-back, could be an issue. Harry Maguire could also be an issue. That's the problem with playing a back three for me with England. It doesn't suit it at all. You know, you're thinking you could potentially pair Harry Maguire and Phil Jones, maybe Harry Maguire and John Stones with a back four. Then the fullbacks are going to be doing position themselves in the problem area. But that's not going to happen because Southgate wants to play this back three because he's an absolute joker. In below, download OneFootball. It's an absolute sick app. Back to the live. Back to we go. Going to go to your comments again. Back to where we've got there. Dave, do you think United should go after Guardes? Yes, I think he's an absolutely wonderful player, but where would he kind of fit in? We've got a lot of players like that, the likes of Anthony Martial, Rashford, Sanchez. I just think you're probably signing another player. I've seen him on the right, but he's better on the left, and that's the big, big thing for Valencia. When I've seen him really excel, when he's been awesome, he's been on the left wing, again, being free, being sort of going on the dribble and so forth. But we're seeing today he's been used as a number 10, so a very fluid player, but I'd prefer maybe looking to get someone that can play on the right more naturally. Guarda's a fantastic talent, though. I would sign him if I were United, just to think of the the movement. Brandon asking about, do you think we should get Benteke out of Juve? No, I think he's got a little bit of development to go at the moment, and I think Juve would be looking to, ripping us off at the moment with Man United. Pogba, a lot of money. I think the similar thing would happen with Benteke. Same sort of thing right now. Sterling has no finishing. I disagree with that. 17 goals in the Premier League this season, or 18 goals in the Premier League this season. Fantastic. United need a right winger. Any good winger available in the transfer market? Gelson Martinez is for a free transfer at the moment. The only thing you're going to have to do there is pay compensation to Sporting Lisbon when he's signed. Could be, I don't know, around 4 million. I don't even know how much it will be, but you'll basically pay them compo. In terms of Bruno Fernandes, who's playing tonight, reports are if you sign Bruno Fernandes and Sporting Lisbon won the legal case, you'd have to pay 100 million euros. Crazy, crazy stuff. Right there. The reports coming out that David De Gea has signed a new 5-year deal with Manchester United. I'll check out Dave O'Brien's sources. I'm going to see whether that's true. Maybe, see who's reporting that, and we'll decide whether it's absolute rubbish or not. I can't see it in my usual sources, but maybe it's had. It's on the MEN, so we can't really trust that. There's some guys there that, really aren't nice guys on social media, so can't really trust those guys right now as a legit source. So that's why I'm going to give my 2 cents about that. I'd love David De Gea to sign a new deal, but don't really expect that. It's on the Metro as well, another very reputable source of news. Absolute horseshit. Sorry, guys, but it's absolute crap, that. But I'd offer him in terms of definitely David De Gea. Ash asking, would I take William Carvalho? At United, especially considering Maro and Fellaini's leaving. Someone can have a word with those guys through there. It'll be fantastic because we are doing some videos right now, so it'd be great for them to shut the hell goddamn up. Let's go to the stats, though. Let's jump back to the stats again. This stream is powered by StatZone. And we want to check out what William Carvalho's done. The game has kicked off. The second half has kicked off. 45, 22, 23, 24, 25 seconds if you want to line up your stream with my stream. Spain now kicking from right to left. Longer? Clock. Oh, the clock's on now. 43, 45. Sorry. I can't even count, Stephen. I'm sorry. 45, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. Just lining that up for you guys at home. Shout out to Stephen Alson. He's DJing in the background, as he always does. In terms of William Carvalho, his first half, let's have a look at his stats in the first half. Because clock again. So 45. So it's basically 46-0-0 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is enthralling YouTube content. 8, 9, 10, 11, 41, 46, 46, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Cam, you deal with that. You give him some backup. Sorry about that, guys. Back to William Carvalho. What he did in that first half. Again, passes. 92% pass accuracy. It's what you want to see in defensive midfield. Moving the ball around from left to right. Very controlled in the first sort of part of the game. What you want to see from your DM in terms of take-ons, very safe on the ball, 1 out of 1 dribble lead as well. In terms of tackles, 0 tackles, 0 interceptions, 0 blocks. Not really doing the hard yards, are you, William? Chilling out. Maybe put some more challenges in, bro, in that second half if you want to move to Manchester United. Back to the main live. Let's get the big screen. Look at this set as well. Stephen Howson built this set. And Janine Howson. Shout out to Janine Howson. What an absolute legend. Get your questions into the comments. Of course, like the video. Subscribe if you're new to me, Statman Dave. And download the OneFootball app. The link is in the description below. TalkSport. So TalkSport saying David De Gea. So we've got the Metro, MEN and TalkSport. Might as well throw that in the bin. The Independent was starting to get a little bit more life in it, and life in the rumour. Absolutely sick, guys. Starting to feel it. De Gea equals Karius. No, absolutely not. Karius, though, was concussed, wasn't he? So you can't really blame him for conceding all those goals against Real Madrid. He was concussed. The lad was in bits. Shout out to Sparkling Water as well. Shout out to Vuj over in Russia. He loves sparkling water. Drinks it every day. He's a good lad, and I enjoy it too. But we do have the second half kicked off. Spain have it all to do. Fernando Santos looking a little bit stressed. It's gone grey. Fernando Hierro as well, set up with his golden watch. Bit of a show off, isn't he? Where's the hipster managers in the World Cup? Where's Julian Nagelsmann? He's in Hoffenheim, teaching them guys how to play some soccer. Jordi Alba on the left wing, ball to feet to Isco. Isco's close control on show once again. Simple recycling the possession, back to Ramos. Ramos, ball out wide to Nacho. Not the greatest pass. Oh, no, it's not yes, Nacho. No, yeah, maybe. Nacho on the ball here, yep. Switching it back out to Ramos. Ramos again receiving it in midfield. Need to see a bit more. That's a good ball out there. Jordi Alba on the left wing from fullback. Andres Iniesta with a little ball over the top, defended by, of course, Portugal. Carvalho may have put in his first challenge of the game. Shout out to William Carvalho. Ronaldo's through here. Gerard Piqué, right hand side. Ronaldo slips on the floor, gets back up, lays it off to Bernardo Silva, who also slips. A shout out to whoever was mentioning the pitch before. It was absolutely rubbish. Carvalho, ball out wide. Good play from Portugal. Spain looking disarray at the back here. Organisation not good enough. Low ball into the box. Simple defending by Sergio Ramos. Andres Iniesta bringing the ball out here. Looking to take players on. Unfortunately losing it. Shot on goal, snapshot. Just wide there from Bernardo Fernandez, who you can pick up on a free transfer, then you have to pay 100 million euros later on. Keep getting into the comments below. Drop a like on the video, as Cameron said, because we're only on 114 likes. That is absolutely rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Come on, guys. Who would you want in place of Anthony Martial, if anyone? Well, I think, of course, Alexis Sanchez is the first guy on the team sheet, but needs to improve his form. In 18 games for United, only 5 assists and 3 goals. Needs to be a bit better. Players need to move ahead of him more frequently to allow him to get more assists, but also he needs to be a bit higher up the pitch. When he was best at Arsenal, he was actually playing as a number 9, and I think that he needs to be closer to Lukaku, almost like a 4-4-2 for Man United, and that would help. You know, the shout that we were talking about in the comments, could United set up in a 4-4-2 next season? Like a 4-4-2 diamond on the ball, like a Atletico in the press? Yes, they could. Pogba on the left-hand side. I like Pogba on the left. I think he's got some good skills in that area. He can really do some bits, as the young lads say these days. Shout out to the young lads watching the stream. Keep liking it, keep sharing it on social media and all those good things. Feel bad for De Gea. Kind of feel bad for De Gea too, but it's kind of good because now Real Madrid may not buy David De Gea because he's making stinky mistakes. Isco receiving the ball and they're going back out to Sergio Busquets. Nacho advanced. Problem with having, obviously, Nacho centre off in that area there where he just received the ball is he's never going to look to sort of, go down the byline. He's always going to look back inside. It's like the sort of Mourinho fullbacks that we're seeing at the moment, like Young and Valencia, a little bit scared on the ball sometimes in the final third. That's what Nacho seems to be doing on the right. So Spain maybe looking to bring on the fullback from Real Sociedad, the right back, could be good for them. But Isco sort of drifting around, dictating the play. David Silva here, we have a moment here for Nacho to cross. Again, he's checked back on himself, and that is going to be an issue for Spain if they want to get back into this game. I think a substitution could be made. We've got David Silva, edge of the area. Portugal, nice position in their 4-4-2. Good defensive shape. Maybe for Portugal throwing on 2 centre mids. So let's have a look at the bench, actually. Let's talk bench. Substitutions, what we're going to do for the game. Let's throw the small stats on. So in terms of the bench for Portugal, who potentially I'd be looking at, João Mario could be a good option to come on in terms of shoring it up. Gelson Martinez, potentially a threat on the counter-attack on the right wing. I'd love to see a bit of him. I was impressed when I think he played Real Madrid this season or last season. He had a really, really good game there. In terms of Spain, you're looking at Dani Carvajal, potentially will be the best guy to come on, or even Vasquez. Vasquez may be the best option if you want to, obviously they want to attack. Vasquez playing right back for Zinedine Zidane's Real Madrid this season in the Champions League towards the back end when Carvajal was injured. So Vasquez could be the best option for them at right back, to be quite honest. You're looking at someone like Thaigo and Azpilicueta, not going to attack as well, a little bit too defensive. Asensio as well, I'd like to see him a bit sooner. We'll add pace, maybe a bit of width on that left wing. Again, you're thinking what he did, Champions League this season, the PSG game, came on, changed that game with, of course, Marcelo combining together, thinking Jordi Alba's having a very good game going forward. Give him a little bit of backup. So that's what I'd do. I'd say Asensio and Vasquez on for Spain, and maybe Gelson Martinez and João Mario on for Portugal. Maybe looking at Andre Silva as well when Gomes gets a bit tired. Again, a young player, you want to keep these guys fresh as a daisy. Keep getting you give me your comments in, guys. Kind of like Mahrez, Trevor saying to come in as the place of on the place of Anthony Martial on the right wing. Mahrez could be decent, but it looks like he will be joining Manchester City, I do believe. So, we're going to have to pretend he's the worst player since sliced bread. But a good player, would have been a good signing last summer. Not right now, though. How would you feel about Martial if you were to keep him? Now, he publicly said he's going to leave. He hasn't said that. His agent said that. His agent has very much communicated that message. That was a power play from his agent, whether he wanted a new contract or wanted to move. United are looking to get him on a new contract. Maybe that's the play they are making. Maybe there's a guarantee of some more football. Maybe there's this, there's that. Agents are just absolutely rotten in this game, this day and age. We see them sort of ruining football in a way with their fees and so forth. So, that was his agent, not exactly Anthony Martial. We haven't seen a direct quote for Anthony Martial. So, it was his agent. Let's keep that fresh. But United saying yesterday they're not selling him. So, nice stuff there. How would I feel about that if he were to stay? I'd be fine. I think he's a top quality player, Anthony Martial. You want him in your squad. Young player, 22 years old, nowhere near his peak right now. He's got a lot of learning to do, and that's what he needs to do. He needs to stop talking about new deals, stop doing this, stop doing that, playing football and scoring goals, again, at Manchester United or elsewhere, if he wants that kind of thing. Do you think Spain lack a defensive strategy without the ball? Jason Hamburg, great question coming in from Jason. I agree, yeah, there's a real strategy when there's no strategy when they are defending their own penalty area. You see a lot of central players in there. You know, you're looking at their team. You've got Busquets, Iniesta, Koke, Silva, Isco. But how they set up when they're defending their own penalty area isn't quite good enough. If you look at how Portugal set up, they're very structured. They defend in a 4-4-2. Why Real Madrid have been so dominant is they defend in a very 4-4-2. Costa getting booked there for, I think he was standing looking at David De Gea, not David De Gea, Rui Patricio. Whip ball in there. Back post, is it going to be flicked back? It's a goal, there we go, 2-2. Diego Costa, second goal of the game after getting booked. Chelsea fans everywhere getting very, very happy, but then realising he doesn't play for their club anymore and he plies his trade back in Spain. Keep that to yourself. But Costa with a simple side foot. A lovely little ball there from David Silva to the back post, headed back across. And of course, Costa moving in there. Some direct play again from Spain. My bet's gone out the window. Maybe you should have cashed out before this moment. But a good poacher play there from Diego Costa, getting onto the back of, who was this, the fullback? No, it was João Moutinho. What a corker we have here. 4 goals in the game. Portugal 2, Spain 2. Absolutely fantastic. Johnny asking, how many more goals? I'm going to go for 5 more goals. It's going to be an absolute banger. We're going to see a lot more goals in the game. It's going to be a classic 5-4 game in, of course, the World Cup. Absolutely fantastic. Classic training ground goal. Yeah, Robbie, you are damn right. That was beautiful. See, I was talking about set pieces before. Very, very key in international tournaments, because not only is it going to be advantageous when you're chasing, when you're defending, you know, teams will be a little bit more tactical in international tournaments, bringing you down in certain areas. You need to work on your training. That was very nice from Spain. I think Iniesta dropped the ball, stopped, and then we had a deep cross from David Silva. Where were the Portuguese defenders coming out, closing down? But, there's some ladies, absolute Spanish senoritas in the crowd getting absolutely hyped there, that have travelled far and wide for Spain, giving it the fingers. Come on, the guys. Let's score some more goals. Portugal will have to get back into this game now against Spain. More in the ascendance in this second half. A flick on there from Ronaldo. Guedes having Sergio Ramos 1v1. What can he do here on the left wing? Looking to get around him. Ramos has brought him down. That's a foul for me. That's some very physical defending from Sergio Ramos. Pretty much wrestled him to the ground, and the ball goes out for a Spanish goal kick. But we've got a lot of goals. A lot of goals here. What a game again. Emil shouting out, what a game. I completely agree with you, buddy. It's been absolutely fantastic. 2-2 at the moment. Going to see some more goals, I reckon. More goals needed. More goals going to be scored in the game. Absolutely loving it. Any sandwiches today, Dave? Have I had any sandwiches today? No, I've only had one meal today. I haven't really had that much to eat. I don't know why. It's the World Cup. You get hyped, don't you? You don't need to eat when the World Cup's on. Yesterday I had some Taiwan sandwiches, actually. Some steamed buns. They were amazing. Really good to see. I wish we had like a camera of Stephen House on there we could just flip to, because he gave me one of those looks where I was talking absolute garbage, but it was the truth. So sandwiches yesterday, not today. Omar asking, what did you make of Varela's performance yesterday? Today, sorry, I thought it was absolutely rubbish. His crossing was poor, not very good. Just not impressed at all by his play, both in the final third and the defensive sense. Portugal, though, winning the ball in midfield. Ronaldo chest control. William Carvalho, little not, but Spain win it back. Isco, wonderful glue to his feet. So Messi-esque how he controls the ball. Iniesta in between the lines to Costa. Costa out wide. We have Jordi Alba supported by Isco again. 2 players on him. Silva comes in for the tackle. That's Bernardo Silva. A little bit of interplay there. Nice football from Spain. Isco on the left wing. Looking to play inside. Jordi Alba. Ball bouncing around here. Isco. David Silva facing it up. Isco in the penalty area, cleared by Portugal. It's going absolutely everywhere. It drops to Nacho. Oh, it's a goal! What a goal by Nacho on the half volley. He pumps the jersey wherever the badge is. Spain 3, Portugal 2. What a game we've got in store for here. What a half volley. Yes, he's not been providing the width in the final third, but he can hit the half volley. He was just watching the stream, wasn't he? He's looking at the stream. Dave was slating me. He's slagging me off. I'm going to bang in a volley right now, but what a goal. Posted in. Spain 3, Portugal 2. What a reaction from Spain. Fernando Hierro, Spain. Great sort of turnover play in the final third. Lovely goal. We're getting rid of a replay now. Cleared out off William Carvalho on the half volley. That is beautiful. Nothing Rio Patricio could do for that lovely cutting volley, swerving out to in. That was, you're not saving that. That's away from the keeper. That's coming back, but a brilliant cut. Oh, that's beautiful. That angle there. Sexy football, sexy goal. We've had a lot of good goals so far at the World Cup, and we're seeing more. It's classic technique for some top quality players. I really enjoyed this World Cup. I think it's got a lot of the last World Cup about it, where there are some games that are really stinky, but we've seen 5 goals in this game, 5 goals in the Russia game. You've got to watch the bad games to get the good games. That's my motto. We watched 2 terrible games today. That's why we're getting a goal fest right now. It's like that classic Lewandowski game where he came on at half time. Absolutely atrocious game in the first half. Scored 4 goals in like 15 minutes. Unbelievable striking play there. But you've got to watch the rubbish to get the good. Portugal now need to react. Ronaldo running through there, a foul being brought down. I think it was Gerard Piqué. Ronaldo screaming, pointing, gesturing, flirting with the referee. But again, the OneFootball app, let's check it out right now because the scores have updated. Again, OneFootball, you get your notifications. So if you're at your pub or you're on a date or you got to go out with the missus, notifications come in. You can see the goals flying. You can pretend that you wanted to be there. Absolutely upsetting. Again, with the OneFootball app, you can see who you can vote for your man of the match. I think I'm going to go with Diego Costa. Just I think his hold-up play has been really good so far. Again, download the OneFootball app, vote for the man of the match. Absolutely get it in there. A moment of brilliance for Nacho there. Proper crisp finish. That's nice from Cameron. I like how you've summarised that. Cry, Ronaldo. Ronaldo is crying. Spain, Spain, Spain. Oh my God. And then we've got meet a girl for the night. I don't think we're going to get on that. I think we're going to hide that user from the channel. See you later. We don't need that. We've got things like Tinder, you crazy, crazy mofos. What a goal from Henry Whittaker. Great reactions coming in now. Nacho with a thunder. I'm not going to say the rest of that because it's very rude. But what a hit. I'm just getting a replay of it again. What a hit, son. Absolutely picked that one out. What boots are on the top right and left? What boots are those, Steve? Umbro, do you know what they make it? What it is? They're just Umbro boots, those ones there. And of course, we've got some retro Predators. I think those ones at the top there. Classic Preds. But again, OneFootball app, you can vote for your man of the match. Also, get into the comments. Who is the man of the match so far? Get it into there straight away. Who's been decent for you? I've been enjoying what Costa's done. Really impressed me. I did sort of slate him before the game, and he's sort of turned up. And that's what I want to see from players. Reaction from criticism. From Statman Dave. Nice stuff there. How do Portugal react now? Well, we could go to the Portuguese bench, see who's there to sort of come on and make the impact. Let's jump back onto the OneFootball app straight away. So the bench, of course, Anthony Lopez, Leon keeper. That's not going to think. Maybe Quaresma could add a bit more going forward. We've seen him just be good for Portugal. Ricardo Pereira, if they wanted to add a bit more attacking intent from right back, the guy that signed for Leicester City, very good going forward. Gelson Martinez is the one I really want to see. Maybe looking at Andre Silva as well. He's got a really good link up with Ronaldo. He's got a number of goals in qualifying for Portugal, and it looks like he's kind of looking at being better when he plays for Portugal over when he's been for AC Milan. Bit disappointing campaign. The Portuguese lads though are getting absolutely livid. Spain and Diego Costa looking good. But apparently got some communication here. Which one are we looking at, Stephen? What are they called? Medusa. So they're Umbro Medusas, these ones. Beautiful boots. Go and check them out. You can obviously get them from any Umbro outlets or online if you Google them. So you grab one of them. I want to mess this up though, Steve. There you go. Look at this. Look at this beautiful boot. Very, very nice. Yeah, it says on the side, actually. Some strange sort of patterning on the background. Of course, it's probably going to give you some better grip. All different shapes. Some circles, some other shapes and so forth. But, very decent boots. Oh, leave them here. Leave them here. Let's leave it there. That's nice. Is that nice? Yeah, that's nice. But anyway, back to what we were chatting about. Who comes on to make the difference for Portugal? I'm going to go with getting on the likes of Andre Silva. Like to see him come on. Gelson Martinez. That's what I would go with if I was Fernando Santos. But game, what a game it's been so far in store. Thanks for sticking with me, Statman Dave. Of course, we had some slight technical issues because of Virgin Media. Make sure, of course, to like the video and get involved there. For United, we need an out-and-out winger who can cross like Beckham. My pick would be Leon Bailey or Chiesa. I think Leon Bailey is more of an inside forward when he plays on the right-hand side. He's left-footed. Good though, very, very good option, but it'd be another inside forward. I think for Manchester United, how I'd sort of work that on, I don't think you're going to get a natural winger these days. They're very limited, this limited number of players that you're looking at. So how United should be developing their play, either going to a diamond, 2 strikers, 1 guy behind, or even a 4-3-3, both inside forwards coming in. It's all about the fullbacks providing the width. They are the wingers of these days, and below can be that guy on the right-hand side. Very, very good delivery from the right back area. I expect him to not start for United at the start of the season, but by the end of it, he's going to be the star guy, really, seriously. It's all about fullbacks there. Or you're looking at someone... Golovin, could be a very good crosser. We saw yesterday how many good balls he put in. The ball for Zubo was fantastic. That lovely little weighted in the ball for the opening goal as well. The opening goal, was it the opening goal? The opening goal, whipped to the back post. Different sort of technique in crossing. He's going to be wanted by a lot of European clubs, apparently in talks with Juve. Maybe Mourinho can get his cash book out and spend some money. Ash is asking, will you be on the kickoff with Geordie on Monday, Dave? Yes, I will be there. Obviously got to sort out the train and so forth. But in theory, I will be there again. But, that's going to be a lot of fun, so check that out as well as this stream. Keep liking the video, keep sharing it on social media, guys. Keep supporting Statman Dave, keep getting your comments in. There's some comments in. Trevor saying, I think we could afford having an inverted winger if we have good overlapping fullbacks. Yeah, that was sort of the point I was moving on in terms of the tactics. All about getting an overlap fullback. Or you just sign Nacho to bang one of the goals in left, right and centre to prove me wrong. Sergio Ramos with the ball, spreading out to the left wing. Jordi Alba's been so important for this Spain team. Width from that left-hand side. It's almost like they're playing almost 5 players in that central area. The 3 central midfielders and both Isco and ball coming into the box there. Easy. Oof, he nearly dropped it there. Nearly did a David De Gea. Rolling out the ball out there from Rui Patricio. William Carvalho on it here. Ball inside to João Moutinho. Spain pressing. They're sort of dominant in that central area. Andres Iniesta playing off Diego Costa. I'd love to see him win another European, not a European Cup, another World Cup. Andres Iniesta, what a player of our generation. Him and Xavi, obviously been the best central midfielders I've ever seen. Here comes João Mario. Bit of energy in central midfield, maybe. We haven't seen much from Bernardo Silva, I'm going to be honest. He's been quite poor today. Bernardo Fernandez as well, not been great. It's been more of, the likes of Guardes that's impressed me. Ronaldo's obviously impressed me with 2 of his goals and so forth. More questions coming in. I love these streams from Emil. Cheers, buddy. Change the score. On the stream, yeah, correct. It says 2-1 to Portugal at the moment. If we just change that, that'd be fantastic. And add the tags in as well, Stephen. That'd be brilliant. Cheers, buddy. Where we have Spain dropping deep into a very narrow 4-5-1. It just looks it looks a bit broken in a way with how they set up. Andres Iniesta playing as almost a 10, not really doing much defensive work, but the likes of Silva not really doing the hard yards, and Isco walking back quite slowly, which could potentially be an issue for Spain in the coming stage of the World Cup. If they're just going to leave Busquets and Koke on their own in defence and midfield, that'll be an issue. Here we have Cedric right hand side for Portugal. Little ball inside to Bernardo Silva, back to Cedric, but it just looks like they're not throwing the passes through at the moment. Pepe ball inside to William Carvalho. João Moutinho. There's just a wall of Spanish players, but they've broken the lines here. Bernardo Silva coming in, looking to chap inside the penalty area. But simply Koke wins the ball, does what he does for Atletico Madrid, wins the ball well. Costa pulling wide, ball to feet. Isco and Spain. The tiki-taka will start once again. Portugal will be chasing that ball. Trevor's saying Producer Stephen is better than Producer Chris. I agree there. Producer Stephen is so much better than Producer Chris. Producer Chris does bottle it frequently. The poor lad. Cameron's put in some comments in again. Shout out to Cameron. What do you think of Herrero's team talk at half-time was? Sort of sparked the team into reaction. I think it may have been get the ball to the feet to Costa more, get around Costa. Isco keep drifting around. Let's have a look at, let's maybe take a look at Isco's stats so far, because he seems to have been receiving the ball absolutely everywhere. And that's what you get both when he plays in the wide area, but also when he plays as a number 10. He's been very, very good in that final third. Let's flash up the little statistical package we have. 70 out of 75 passes that he's completed so far. But see how he's not sticking to a flank, drifting around, getting involved in different areas, just recycling that ball in the final third and being deadly in and around the penalty area. Potentially could be getting some more. Again, 20 out of 24 passes in that final third completed, more than any other player on the pitch. Seeing some more crosses as well. That's what I wanted to see from Spain. Isco's the guy whipping the ball into the box more than not. Again, 2 being blocked, 2 being completed in open play and 2 corners. Moving further down, Andres Iniesta doing some dancing and so forth. But let's flip back to the main wide. Enjoy that. I think I used the wrong screen there, but oh well. We'll have to deal with that. João Mario coming on for who? We didn't see. Guys, we're better than that. We are better than that. I've just refreshed the old application here. See who came on there, because I didn't actually see who went off. So Bruno Fernandes has come off. João Mario's coming on. Maybe getting Gelson Martinez on could be a good option on that right-hand side as well. A little bit more work in midfield. They've got to dominate possession, is what they've got to do. Thiago's coming on apparently as well, which is quite interesting. We will see him enter the field, I imagine maybe for Iniesta, maybe David Silva. Spain just need to dominate the ball now, and Thiago's the perfect guy. Imagine if Thiago was fit for the last few seasons. It'd be nice for them to move on, and the likes of Bayern Munich would be dominating the Champions League, but because he's not fit, doesn't play. Ball inside here, long ball up, simply defended by Gerard Piqué. Flick on by Busquets. Isco receiving the ball in between the lines. Again, fantastic stuff from Isco. Played really well so far. Silva cutting back on himself. Little working the ball back to centre-back. That's how Spain have been good retaining possession in their own sort of defensive third. If they lose it, they win it back quite quickly, which again is helping them move the pitch around and so forth. Foul by William Carvalho. Here comes Thiago, the number 10 for Spain in the World Cup. Oh, first up, Quaresma. Quaresma's coming on right now for, I do believe, Bernardo. Silva, yep, Quaresma coming on. Let's see if he can do some outside the boot techs. Decent change again. Some of his best form, Quaresma's been for Portugal. A player that's been at Barcelona, been at some big clubs, some small clubs like Chelsea, but kind of excelled for Portugal. Andres Iniesta's coming up apparently. James MUFC's playing here. So Andres Iniesta bows out. Let's have a look at his stats, because we've always got to look at Iniesta's stats, because he's just an absolute legend of a game. Let's jump on to the small stats. Let's jump on to Andres Iniesta. Let's see what he's done today, because I reckon he's had a decent little game. One shot on goal off target. A little block shot, I do imagine. But again, 92% pass accuracy. 61 out of 66 passes completed. One chance created. It's been a great game. Andres Iniesta, a legend of the football. Absolute fantastic lad. Back to the main live. Back to the pumped up thing. Keep coming into the comments. Robbie F. Will the former Eintracht Frankfurt manager Niko Kovac use the same system at Bayern, or will he be forced to tweak it due to Bayern personnel? I'm just trying to think about how Bayern Munich, maybe if I have a look at the Bayern Munich squad on the OneFootball app, we can then analyse that. But Spain, currently on the old attack. Left-hand side, Thiago, little chop inside. Lovely little rotation. David Silva, the overlap coming from Jordi Alba. We've seen that so many times. Cut back. Costa slicing his shot wide, but some beautiful movement again on that left wing from Spain. Thiago getting involved, Iniesta getting involved. That's some really good football, really good football. Look at this movement, beautiful movement, acceleration. I like that. Jordi Alba had such a poor last season, in my opinion. He's really coming back into the sort of, the talk of the best left fullbacks in world football, from going from being a bit stinky to now back up there. But anyway, let's go back onto OneFootball app. The question was coming in about Niko Kovac, about what we can do with, of course, Bayern Munich. Just trying to work out how we can just do the full screen and work out how we get there before I bore you with how we find that out. You don't like it? God damn it, Stephen. Be so rude like that, man. It hurt my feelings. Quaresma winning a corner for Portugal as I look to find out how to get to Bayern Munich. Jack Grealish linked with Manchester United, and Herrera back to Atletico Madrid. All the things you can get on the OneFootball app. But yeah, let's just talk Bayern Munich. Maybe the back three could be used for them. You're looking at the likes of Jerome Boateng, Niklas Süle, and of course Mats Hummels. That could be quite nice. Again, Kovac using the back three at Frankfurt. You're thinking the Muller playing potentially with Lewandowski as a two. I think it could be quite nice, and I think that maybe how you evolve Bayern Munich and get them more competitive in the Champions League. That's been their big stumbling point at the moment. Good question coming in from Robbie there. Cheers, buddy. Are we going to see Howson on the kickoff this Monday? I don't believe yet, but maybe I'll have a late kickoff. Omar, what do you think Isco's best position is, and why? For me, Isco's best position at the What about now, Steve? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are we back? Sorry about that, chaps. We had a little bit of a mic issue. MC Dave is back in the mic. Well, I'm just going to write that into the YouTube comments. Sorry, chaps. Back we come. Back. There you go. We've sorted it. So blame Howson. Ash, come on, man. He's been doing a good job. We've had some technical difficulties today. It's been completely out of our control. We don't know what the crack is with that. We got the sound back, Steve? Yeah, sound is cool. Everything is all right. Portugal. Ball on left-hand side. Rafael Guerreiro. Giving it the old hands. Where's the movement ahead of him? Spain looking semi-decent in their defensive shape, even though Sergio Busquets is now attacking midfield. Ronaldo coming off the line, Ramos following him. Spain nicking the ball here. What can they do with it now? They're going to recycle possession, I think, is the game for Spain. Simply back to Sergio Ramos, who's been decent on the ball today. Been very impressed by his passing and his command of the football. PK is usually the ball player, but Ramos seems to be the guy today. Busquets as well, decent in midfield. Producer Chris's revenge, I agree, yeah. If Producer Chris is getting on it. Cameron Walls is saying, Producer Cam better than Producer Howson. Ooh, I'm not sure about that, mate. That is, that's something that I wouldn't want to say if I were you. But you keep going. Come on, Spain, one more goal. Could happen. I want to see a bit more from Portugal going forward. They've been sloppy in this second half. Haven't really provided a threat. Ronaldo doing some good stuff. Guarda's doing some good stuff. But they've both been very quiet in the second half. Spain nullifying them with possession, as Spain do. They choke you. They're not a Cobra, boa constrictor, where they just choke you out the life out of you by just retaining possession with those sort of, 5 central players that they play in midfield. Interesting. But Ronaldo, left wing here. What can he do? Comes inside onto that right foot. Ball goes back. That's the problem. Spain's reaction's been better in the second half as well. Maybe that's something that Herrero said in the second at the half time. Maybe he said, look, the reaction needs to be better. Cresma looking to cross. Blocked. Throw in for Portugal. Guys, have you been enjoying the World Cup so far? Get into the comments below. Or to the side, should I say. Have you been enjoying it? Has it been good? Has it been what you've expected? There's been some poor games today, but this one has been very, very decent. A very good reaction from Spain after being down a goal twice, was it? So, interesting. Sergio Ramos, though, he's over the 100 passes. First guy... Oh, we've got a bit of a connection issue there as well. Steve, do you want to just... Probably the phone, probably. Absolute chaos today with tech. An absolute nightmare. Promise you it'll be better tomorrow for the Nigeria-Croatia game. Long ball up the top, Diego Costa. It's been a good outlet, Costa has. Really good outlet. Physical. And that's why I'm giving him man of the match. But a wonder goal from Nacho does give Spain the current lead in the game. Of course, make sure to like the stream and so forth. Missed the Isco point. Right, Omar, basically I was saying Isco as a number 10 in a diamond is probably my favourite Isco. Where we can sort of drift into those wide areas and get the ball where you don't expect him to get the ball. When you're playing 2 centre forwards that are pinning the 2 centre halves back, Isco's movement's very deadly because he can be in and around the penalty area. Take the Atletico Madrid game from 2 seasons ago in the Champions League, I think it was. Fantastic in that game. Brilliant at moving around. Diego Costa does go off to a standing ovation. His 2 goals have been the difference so far in the game. And let's have a look at his stats. Of course, Sergio Ramos, the first player in the World Cup to complete over 100 passes in a single game. That's something that's got to get tweeted out right there, because that is beautiful stats. Breaking records. Sergio Ramos breaking arms as well. Hashtag pray for Mo Salah. Let's have a look at Diego Costa's game by numbers today. Overall, his dashboard been very good. Doing a lot of hard yards, a lot of duels, a lot of hold-up play and so forth. But where he's been good, he's been finishing. 3 shots, 2 goals. That's what you want to see from Diego Costa. When Atletico were in the Europa League this season again, he wasn't sort of the main man. It was more about Antoine Griezmann, who will be staying at Atletico for next season, which is, I quite like that. I want to see how Costa and Griezmann can build their relationship again. The best Griezmann I've ever seen was a Griezmann that played with Mario Mandzukic, a target man running off him. Beautiful football. But Costa, when he's at his sort of level, not many chances and he scores the goals. And what we see a 66% chance conversion from Diego Costa. Some crazy streams in here. People trying to advertise their own stuff. Get out of here. Get out of town. Producer Chris is sabotaging the electronics. Producer Chris, get out of our studio. Stop doing what you're doing, you big, big bully. Do you think Portugal should play more long balls to Ronaldo, or should they focus down the wings? I think the long balls to Ronaldo were working when they were on the break, but maybe they need a little bit more width out wide. Maybe Ronaldo drifting to those wide areas, Guardes drifting to those wide areas, getting on the ball and looking to create, and then the other one being in the penalty area is what I advise him to do. But looking a bit long now, over the top here, David De Gea comes out. Is a chip over the keeper? No, it's been bounced out. Quaresma slipping in the penalty area. That ball went into one of those weird trajectories where you kind of lose it and it looks like it's going over the keeper, pops back out there. What is the lino flagging here? The referee's giving him a bit of verbal, waving on the physio. Yeah, the physio's going to be brought on. We had a little bit of a break in the game. Good ball out the back. Lovely move from Ronaldo, drawing Ramos in, then spinning in behind. Fantastic movement. Who's gone down injured here? Is it Quaresma? No, Gerard Piqué, it looks like, has gone down injured, but Ronaldo nearly get onto the back of that. Good defending from Gerard Piqué on the cover. Ramos went out to meet the run, and then Piqué coming over on the cover. It's been a decent game of football, this. Piqué down at the moment. He's saying some stuff behind his hand, so you can't read what he's saying. But guys, keep getting into the comments. What are your thoughts on the game? Straight away, we've got some comments coming in. Rarely see David De Gea come off his line. Looked a bit shaky there. I think David De Gea is a keeper that's good at coming off the line when it's a 1v1 situation, but those balls over the top sometimes is a little bit caught in two minds. I think Andre Silva's just come on from Portugal, which is decent. That's a very, very good change, positive change, getting a centre forward on. Centre forward that looks pretty fresh in the colours of Portugal, like Mitrovic. Mitrovic for Serbia is an absolute goal-scoring phenom, and that's why I've got him in my fantasy football team, because Mitro is on fire for Serbia at the moment. But a good tactical change there coming from Fernando Santos, bringing on a centre forward, bringing on another winger. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. It's all coming well. Man of the match. You get your man of the match shouts in. Isco, man of the match for me. And that comes in from Ash and both James. Kind of think Isco's been very, very good, but I'm going to give it to Costa. I think Costa so far for me has been what I wanted to see from Diego Costa. Physical, aggressive, winning the long balls, receiving the balls to feet and playing. It looks like Costa's back to his best. You know, with those injuries from last season and the lack of game time last season, looks fresh, which could be consequently very good for Spain because he's not played that much football this season. So, you know, it's sort of like half a season, considering he left Chelsea after the transfer window had closed, joined Atletico officially in Jan, so he had that time off. So you're kind of seeing this is like, you know, he's coming to the mid part of the season, it's December. Maybe we have David Silva on the right-hand side, you know, his lovely jinky play, cutting back on himself and recycling the football. This is good from Spain, you know, recycling the ball in the Portuguese half. Portugal need to be a little bit more aggressive. They're standing off now. This is the kind of problem with this Portuguese setup, is they are counter-attacking. And when you haven't got the ball and you need the ball, you need to be pressing in a little bit more of an aggressive manner. You know, maybe switching to a 4-3-3 could be a good option with Silva through the middle, maybe Ronaldo out wide left, but it doesn't look like that at all. Looks like João Maria's gone to the left, Quaresma's gone to the right wing, all over. Has anyone exceeded your expectations in this game? Costa, I'd say. I think Nacho's goal has been decent, but again, I'd say a bit more width in the final third. Vasquez could be used maybe against the weaker sides at right back, but Nacho's been good in a defensive sense as well. Thiago here cutting inside, nobody ahead of him. Furthest player applaud. Aspas coming on, of course, for Costa around 5 minutes ago. Aspas, ex-Liverpool, but playing some good football at Celta Vigo as a false nine. Again, it would just see more retention of the ball for Spain. That's what we'll see. Maybe we'll hopefully see some good passes, some good moves. Portugal just chasing shadows at the moment, completely overloaded in that central area, and that's become a massive problem. Ramos again receiving the ball in the opponent's half. Little ball inside, recycle round to Thiago. They're just chasing shadows. This looks like Man United 2011. They just couldn't get on the ball. Just couldn't get it. Pedro, Messi, Villa, and of course Iniesta, Busquets and Xavi. United just couldn't get close to it. And it's kind of looking like that right now. Thiago has such class. Yes, I completely agree. Thiago was one of those players where he's fantastic to watch. Really, really good to watch. A technician. But very linked with the move back to Barcelona in the summer, and that'd be quite nice to see him back there again. Came from Barcelona, had a bit of a problem there, left Barcelona, moved to Bayern under Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola sort of built his team around him, but injured too much was a bit of a problem for Thiago there. Portugal, though, got the ball now. We've got 8 minutes or 7.5 minutes left of this game. Get into the comments. What can Portugal do now? Should they go long ball? Should they look to hit Ronaldo? Balls into feet out wide and so forth. Let's keep on getting those comments in below and to the side and wherever you want to put that. Back right now. Isco, man of the match. That's what you guys are saying in the comments. He's been decent. Ball control has been very, very nice, and he's been that direct link in the final third with Diego Costa. But Ronaldo needs to do something here. What is he doing? What is he doing holding the ball? Spain have got it back. But guys, we'll be live tomorrow again at around 8 o'clock, I do believe, for Croatia versus Nigeria. That'll be a fun game with the World Cup, so make sure you join into Statman Dave Live. We'll be live tomorrow. We'll be live for the Germany game as well at 4 o'clock on Sunday. Germany versus Mexico. Is Ronaldo getting booked? What's he done here? He's lobbed the ball. He's thrown it at Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba's pretending that he's been shot. Absolutely pathetic there from Jordi Alba. PK with the ball out of the back here. Into the feet of Aspas, linking with Nacho. Back again into the Spain Rondon. Or Rondo, should I say. Ball forward, and it will be defended by Portugal. There's been a real lack of Portuguese attacking impetus since they scored the 2 goals. I've not really been impressed by what they've been doing. Flick on there by Silva. Ronaldo to his feet. He's laid it off there. Here we have a moment here for Portugal. Is that a foul in the centre of the pitch? No, it's not. It will be a foul. Cam is standing in the studio holding pizzas like he's delivering them to somewhere. Costa is the man of the match. What would you say, guys? Ronan saying he's got a money on a Ronaldo hat-trick. You're so close, but I kind of called the brace from Ronaldo today. Hat-trick may still be on the cards, though. Ronaldo loves a late goal, loves a late penalty. We saw that in the Champions League this season against Juve. That was a bloody awful game for Real Madrid, but they did what they needed to do and beat Liverpool in the final. For the 3rd time in 3 seasons, we're lifting the Champions League. This game sort of really petered out. Spain have just sucked the life out of it. Absolutely Spanish Barcelona problems. There, guys, we've got the ball. Cedric heading it inside. Uh-oh, here we have a 3-on-3 situation. Can Spain do anything? Aspas, left-hand side. What's he going to do? Head up, ball inside, little 1-2. Looks for the through ball. Poor through ball. That's why Cesc Fabregas used to be so good for Spain, because he was kind of that, false 9 that they could hit when they won the World Cup that was comfortable. Vasquez coming on for number 21. I do believe that is David Silva, looking like Herrera's going back to a defensive shape. Vasquez are very, very good in these situations. Zidane used to, Zidane over his tenure loved Vasquez and Asensio, bringing that pace on wide and looking to counter-attack when they've got a goal. Again, David Silva with his lovely bald head, walking off the pitch. Had a good game, David Silva. Let's have a look at his numbers. Again, playing as sort of a right winger anyway, but looking to drift around and so forth. His 3 shots on goal. He did cannon one over the bar from about 12 yards out. Not too great, but only 42 out of his 50 passes. But you see his movement, playing from the right-hand side. You can see a lot of passes on the right-hand side, but being everywhere. Again, maybe if we look at his passes received, that'll paint a nice picture of where he's moving the ball and so forth. Where is passes received is the question. There you go. So you can have a little picture of where is it leaving the ball. See on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. I quite like that with your wingers. If you try and dominate the ball with Isco. If we look at Isco as well, I think it'll be quite similar to that in a way where they're receiving the balls in all sorts of positions. And again, that's why they've dominated possession so comfortably in this second half, especially. Look at Isco as well. Little pocket of space on that right-hand side. A lot of ball on the left, though. 92 passes. Always an option. Isco. Always an option. So Costa, Isco, the 2 best players so far today for Spain versus Portugal in the World Cup. Both teams playing their first game. Ronaldo, this could be for, what was the fella that was got the money on the hat-trick? Ronan, this could be your chance. Ronaldo, classic Ronaldo stance. Looking to hit the ball here. Shirling his thighs off. Looking to make David De Gea look at them so he misses the ball again. Ronaldo here, what can he do? The Portuguese legendary winger / forward, looking to crack the shot from outside the box. He's pumped. He's focused. The crowd are hyped. Maybe Rafael Guerreiro, cheeky left foot over the wall. That's what I'd go with anyway. Catch David De Gea. His position, I think Ronaldo will go for the smash up and over. But here we go, Ronaldo smashing the ball here. It's a goal! 3-3, what a goal! Ronan, there's your money. Cash out now, lad. 3-3, what a game. Ronaldo, see you later. What an absolute hit that was. You've got a reaction to that, Stephen. What are you saying?
Costa was man of the match. Is it now Ronaldo?
That's a great shout. Costa was man of the match. Yes, it's now Ronaldo. Unbelievable hit from a set piece. A penno. Of course, that goal that David De Gea should have saved, but that free kick was unsavable. That was just so good. Classic Ronaldo. That's another replay of this. Lovely technique. He took the pace out of that a bit, actually. Nice. Just a classic free kick, that. Brilliant goal from Ronaldo. Curling it in, round the wall. Oh, that was brilliant. I like that, because we've seen a lot of Ronaldo looking to just smash the ball from that side of range. over the last few seasons. That was a lovely curled shot. What a game we've got in store, guys. Let's get that score updated as well, Stephen. So we've got the 3-3 Ronaldo goal, Ronaldo hat-trick. Get all those tags in below. And he's dropping the bomb. The absolute celebration for Cristiano Ronaldo. Portugal don't deserve this. But this is what this Portuguese team does. They hang around in games. They always make that moment. They're kind of like this ugly team that you don't expect them to hang on, but they always do. What's going to happen? We've got 2 minutes left of normal time, plus added time. Guys, get into the comments. Are we going to see another goal going in? Or is there going to be another sort of moment where we may see Ronaldo? Got some comments. Emil, just wonderful. Get in, Rowan. Shout out to Rowan Treble. Big shout out to you, mate. You are cashing out. How much cash have you won, buddy? Put that into the comments and I'll read that out for you there. Perfect timing. Ash is saying the biggest game, the best sort of big game player that ever is. I completely agree with that. Holy beep from Cameron. Cameron, come on. Be nice in the comments. No words for that man. Ronaldo. Wow, that's from Scarlett. Unbelievable. Unbelievable goal from Cristiano Ronaldo. What a player is he. Get into the comments. Is he the best player of all time? Does he outrank Messi in terms of his big game performance recently? Of course, Messi, in terms of technique, his ability, they're on different levels. Messi is much better than Ronaldo, but Ronaldo seems to turn up all the time. Look at him just chilling. Lovely, lovely hit. Shorts come down. It almost just a lovely. It's like kind of David Beckham-esque in a way more. You know, he's not going for power, he's going for the curled effort. Brilliant, brilliant free kick. Wow, absolutely fantastic. Robbie's saying little things like Ronaldo showing as he's evolved his game a year or two ago. Ronaldo smashing that. Yes, great shout that, Robbie. Robbie, you've been brilliant in the comments today. Shout out to Robbie. Shout out to Roland. Shout out to everyone in the comments. But yeah, I kind of agree. That's what Ronaldo's upgraded his game. He slowed himself again. Because at United, I swear he used to score a lot more free kicks that in that sort of closer range would be curled over the top. The guy in the crowd with a Ronaldo mask on. Beautiful stuff. But Ronaldo, what a goal that was. Absolutely fantastic. Hard carry from Ronaldo. Yeah, I completely agree with that. It comes from Charlie, maybe. Don't know what, Charlo Beans or whatever it is, but Ronaldo is carrying the Portuguese bus. The battle bus to the final. Shout out to Fortnite, great game. Don't even pay me to say that, it's just a great game. João Moutinho, central midfield. Ball back out. Wide. Guerrero, can he cross? Smashed it. God, lad, that's where you need to use just a little bit more finesse. Whip that slower to the back post, lad. Calm yourself down in the final third. A player that was kind of dropped from Borussia Dortmund this season and a fantastic talent. His attitude apparently this season was a bit trash. You know, wanted to move to a bigger club, but you've got to do the hard yards first. Shout out Anthony Martial. You've got to be that good before you can demand a move or so left, right, and X, Y, and Z. One man scoring 3 against Spanish. Dave, of course, it had to be CR7. Poor old Spanish. Dave. After this, who tops the group, Dave? That's a great question, Cameron. Alphabetical order, so it will be Portugal. Because they both scored the same amount of goals, right? Hashtag numbers. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. The World Cup, what a place to be. Place to enjoy it here, of course. Statman Dave. Meat Pie as well on Stephen Alson's channel. Will be live on Sunday, I do believe is next time. Quaresma cutting in it. A brilliant sliding block there from, I think it was Nacho, maybe? Yeah, brilliant defending from Nacho there. That was a big, big chance for Quaresma. Slaloming in the penalty area, going around 2 men, and a fantastic block. Cedric whipped the ball in the box. There's so much about this Real Madrid, this sort of Portuguese team that's like Real Madrid, where they've been so rubbish in this game in the second half, but they're level. There's that ability to stay in games is how you win total. Ronaldo, big header, massive chance. Oh, I would have put my else on that. 4 minutes of added time and there's 2 gone. Ronaldo with a huge chance inside the penalty area there. Pretty decent ball in there. I think it was João Mario. First time cross into the back post. I'd have put money on Ronaldo scoring that. He's kind of missed a big opportunity there, Ronaldo. Could have won the game there for Portugal. Undeserved. Absolutely deserved. Fortnite is beyond trash. Absolute trash, Fortnite. A great game right then, but we do have Spain. Ronaldo's down. Uh-oh. He's saying puta. Could be over for him. What's it look? What's he done? Has he just fallen over? What's happened? Ankle. He's always had a dodgy ankle. Since his days at Manchester United, he's had a dodgy ankle. This Portuguese lad in the crowd looks absolutely scared. Absolutely afraid. But that free kick, we're getting a replay of it here now. Beautiful. Curled into the top right What a feat. That's from Ronaldo's view. What an absolute finish that was. David De Gea couldn't do anything there. You don't save that. David De Gea, the best keeper in the world, had a bit of a stinker today, but you can't save that. You're not saving it. That's kind of why I wanted Rafael Guerreiro to take it, because I would expect Guerreiro left-footed, curl it out into that corner, but Ronaldo doing it with the right, swinging it out and in. Beautiful free kick technique. Costa, absolutely gutted on the bench. Looks like he's just left Chelsea. Oh no, wait, he was happy to leave Chelsea, wasn't he? Pumped to go back and work for Diego Simeone. Falling out with Antonio Conte, who looks like his days are numbered as Chelsea manager. God knows what's going on with Chelsea right now. They are a mess of a football club, considering the transfer window is going to close on the 9th of August. They don't even know who's going to be the manager next season. But again, this game really shows how you can play in European football or world football in terms of how to just hang on, stay in the game, stay within a goal of your opponent. Don't allow mistakes to be made. Oh, there was a bit of an opportunity there for Ronaldo getting through on goal there. 4 attackers there on the back 4 of Spain, but Spain winning the ball back. And some nice stuff. Isco again getting on the ball deep in midfield. PK out the ball wide. Anyway, into the comments. Do you think these two teams are favourites to win? Do you think Portugal, in terms of how they're sticking in these games, makes them a challenger? I think so, yes. But who do you think out of this group will get further in the World Cup? Spain or Portugal? I'm going to open up my my finder, because I've got a World Cup chart in here somewhere that's got how I expect the World Cup to go. I can't see it right now, but we'll quickly look for it. Where is it? Dave, come on. I can't find it. But anyway, yeah, Spain, Portugal. Who's going to be further in the World Cup? Get that into the comments below. I'm going to go to our recent files and see if we can find it that way. Not either there, but whatever. Oh, there we go, the world chart. Here we go. So, in terms of how I've got this group finishing, I've got Spain as number 1 and Portugal as number 2. So Portugal will face Uruguay if they finish second in my chart. Of course, Spain will face Russia. Russia look good. I reckon this Russian team could do a number on Spain. I think for me, I've got Portugal going through to the semis and facing Brazil and losing to Brazil. Brazil going through to the final. What do you guys think? How far can Spain or Portugal get through? It's over. Come on from Ronaldo, it's 3-3. What a game we had in store again. We're going to do a little bit of analysis, and that's going to be that for Statman Dave Live today. We're going to go for our man of the match. Get that into the comments as well. Who's going to go further in the tournament, Spain or Portugal? And of course, who is your man of the match? Will you stream tomorrow? Yes, I will, Emil. We'll be streaming tomorrow, definitely. Stream on Monday. I'm not going to be streaming on Monday. We'll be on the kickoff, the True Geordies channel, so go and check that out as well. Daniel saying, play a real game of Rainbow Six Siege. I don't really play Rainbow Six Siege. I'm more of a PUBG man myself. Niche games, hashtag niche games. But let's go through the man of the match, guys. Let's open up to the studio floor. Who's man of the match for you guys? Ronaldo. We have David Cameron. Right, let's check out Cristiano Ronaldo's stats again. The difference maker. The big thing with Portugal as well was them sticking into the game. They're 4-4-2. Oh, Stephen, we've got a little bit of a laggy issue. Let's just refresh the phone's capacity to mirror their screen. Just give me a thumbs up when we get that right, Stephen. But again, Ronaldo, what a performance. Again, what can you say more about this guy? He's absolutely brilliant. Cameron, just tell him to keep it down in there. We're just still doing a live stream. But yeah, Ronaldo, what a performance he had today. 4 shots, 3 goals. Fantastic. From the penalty spot, of course, his first goal coming from there. Are we back in, Stephen? But yeah, 4 shots on goal.
Yes, don't do goal replay.
Yep, we're back in. Sweet, perfect. So yeah, Ronaldo, absolutely fantastic game. 4 shots on goal. Let's visualise that straight away. 4 shots on goal, 3 goals. Absolutely devastating. Yeah, David De Gea made a bit of a mistake, but you got to have a shot to win that goddamn party. But again, deadly, playing as centre forward as well. 94% pass accuracy from CR7, popping it around, receiving it in the channels. Maybe we'll have a look at that as well, because that could be quite interesting to see his position in the game. Again, a lot of long balls out the back, actually. Moving Cristiano Ronaldo to be a bit of a target, going long to him in these wide areas. As the tournament progresses, that could be a really good tactic from Portugal. Hitting Ronaldo in the channels, hitting him wide, getting the ball to his feet as soon as you can. Again, that fantastic assist from Guedes is the one he received there. Moving down to, not really completing any take-ons. That's the sort of how Ronaldo's transitioned his career. Now sort of your pure goal scorer, wherever he operates in a way, not doing any defensive work, doesn't need to do that. But CR7, what a performance Other players I think deserve that needs a bit of a shout out from the Spanish team is Isco. What a game he had in terms of receiving the ball and completed passes. I think only Sergio Ramos completed more passes than Isco today, but also the most in the final third. Again, receiving the ball in really good areas, 107 times, always open, always showing, and that's why I really like him as a number 10 in a sort of a 4-4-2, as he's always going to be receiving the ball in those wide areas and so forth. So shout out to Isco. But again, I think the best player for Spain was Diego Costa. Not only was he clinical in front of goal, scoring 2 fantastic goals from just 3 shots, 33% chance conversion, but it was again receiving. This is what I really appreciate from Costa. Look at those slightly more direct balls from Spain, either from left full-back, from Jordi, the pass going long, or what we've seen from De Gea to Lukaku all season is those long balls there, but operating in nice areas, being the target man, then getting into the penalty area. We've seen that much better, again from that set piece. Beautiful second phase play there. Busquets rising really high on the back post, and then Costa coming in as the poacher. But a really good game from Diego Costa. Arguably deserved to be on the winning side, but they didn't have Cristiano Ronaldo right there. Anyway, guys, that's been that, guys. Let's have a look at the group before we go, actually. Let's just jump over to the main screen. And then we'll jump over to the OneFootball app, link in the description below for the OneFootball app. We're doing some post-game analysis. Let's have a look at the table right now. So far, we've had two of the groups done so far. So again, Russia topped the first group with their 5-0 win over Saudi Arabia. Uruguay beat Egypt 1-0. So it's a bit of a turning point there if the Russians and the Uruguayans win that second game. It's going to be game over in that group. In terms of this one, though, Iran topped the group. Carlos Queiroz is Iran. He must be pumped today, Carlos Queiroz. What an absolute legend of a coach. But this group is absolutely wide open. Iran are, of course, top. Portugal and Spain both with 1 goals again. Alphabetical order means that Portugal will go ahead of Spain. Cameron needs to learn that fact. It's a pretty simple fact to learn. Let's check out the match day 2 and see who's going to be facing up in that second. So, Portugal will be playing Morocco, Iran, Spain. I expect both those teams to win and those two to be the top 2 in the group. But anyway, guys, I've been Statman Dave. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to me. I've enjoyed the stream. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. We are back tomorrow at 8 o'clock English time for, of course, Croatia versus Nigeria. That's going to be an absolute fun game. And I'll be on social media, so follow me at Statman Dave for all the tweets and all the good stuff. What a goal from Nacho that was. Statman Dave over and out. Cristiano Ronaldo doing it for Portugal. See you later.